Wake up, gamers, because you're listening to the Big Think Dimension with Dan and Bob Video Games.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
What?
Chris Wolfhart.
The Dips of Dread.
And Dr. Aggro.
None for me, thanks.
Here on GigaBoots.
It's funny, they call the game Lifeline, but I wish I was fucking dead. That's it for the show tonight. Thank you everyone for coming out. And then that's what I go, and Dr. Aggro and the band. And then I point over to him. It's just him. I don't know who this alleged band I'm referring to is.
It's 14 mannequins all strapped to my fingers, connected by various strings and pulleys. They don't function well, so really I'm just poorly hitting random piano keys while the mannequins jostle and shake behind me.
Wow, that's a lot like that scene in Superman 3 when Richard Pryor gets that security guard passed out and he's got the rope and he needs to get them both to slide the cards on the opposite end of the rooms at the same time. And that scene is better than everything in Superman Returns.
Yeah.
Bob and I watched every Superman film except for the one that's in theaters right now. I kind of regret it.
Yeah, the wrong choice.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it seems ludicrous they just weren't able to make a movie about Superman. Ever, apparently.
As it turns out. I thought that I just didn't remember Superman Returns. And I was like, okay, remembering Superman Returns. Kevin Spacey's in it. He's playing Lex Luthor. And that one thing is great. And then the rest of it's kind of like a weird introspective thing of what being Superman would be like if Superman was cucked, but also cucking the guy who cucked him. Both in the past and now, but then he's not going to do it. He's giving it up. So that way that guy could go back to cucking him. And also that guy's Cyclops. It has a cuck art. No, it is a cuck art. There's nothing else to that movie.
Right. It has all sorts of things like, oh man, the dark, the deep responsibility of Superman and always feeling all these dangers in the world. And the movie opens with him having left for 5 years for basically no reason.
Other than the movie needs to take place 5 years later.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, it's so weird.
I love the pitch meeting for this because it's like, oh, wow, I bet a Superman found a lot of really interesting stuff. No, he didn't. Nope. Anyway, he's back on Earth. Yeah, no. I remembered it being kind of neat, the tone that movie had, right?
Mm-hmm.
And going back to it, I'm like, that's all it has. It just has Kevin Spacey yelling wrong and then being Lex Luthor and then that. And that's really... It's too thin to hang a whole film off of. And here's the part that no one will tell you. That thing is super obviously filmed on like some dog shit digital video camera because the whole movie's radioactive. There's a reason it's the only one that's not in 4K.
Yeah, that does seem unfixable.
Yeah, it is dire. 2006, I'm going to go ahead and say digital video cameras still were not ready because they certainly weren't for many more years to come after that. I don't think we should any longer say the Superman curse for video games. I feel like the movies have such a slipshod record. We could just admit it's just Superman. It's kind of people struggle with making a Superman thing is how it feels having experienced this.
Yeah, it's like only the animated shows are okay. That's like it.
Remember how Bryan Singer ruined X-Men, parentheses, more? For this, if I was Cyclops' actor, if I was James Marsden, I would have killed him.
Yeah.
I would have fucking murdered his ass.
I don't know. James Marsden should be fucking happy he didn't have to be in the rest of X3.
But here's the thing. The plot would have more anchored on him, and then he could have been more front and center instead of going into the Superman hole and disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, though. Long term, he got to be Donut Lord.
Right, and obviously,
that's true.
What a role.
And those three... And the first two Sonic movies are better than 80% of X-Men movies. And the third one is better than 90 to 95% of X-Men movies.
I'm trying to figure out what my own percents would be.
I would need to rewatch a lot of those, but man, those first two Sonic movies are really bad.
Do I have good news for you? Oh, you mean most of the X-Men movies? Oh.
Yes.
Well, we aren't running a podcast.
Yeah, we're not running this podcast for that. I remember the Sonic movies pretty well. They started coming out in what, 2020? Because, you know,
2019?
Yeah, I think it just
the first, I guess
it was December
the first one was COVID.
Yeah, it was
the first one was COVID, and it was right on top of COVID because I remembered there was the unbelievably stupid, but like both sides of the brain dead culture warrior grift machine tried to whip up a rivalry between Birds of Prey and Sonic, and all normal people were like, "Huh? What?
Yeah,
I don't care about any of these either of these movies."
I know it's them because it was a lot of people's last movie they saw in theaters.
Right, and that's what I was going to say. It was right before COVID, and that's why that happened.
But I still think it had like February or something.
Oh, was it February? I thought that was a December movie.
I don't think it was.
Sonic
I mean, maybe.
Movie. It says 2020, so what? January, February? February.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, see, we avoided that fate. We didn't watch the first Sonic movie in theaters. Why would you? Why would I trust the first Sonic movie in theaters with my movie-going ticket price? I feel like you wait to see anything to know. I don't know, man. I don't know. No, we have not watched the new Superman, what is the title of that? Is it just Superman?
It's just Superman.
It's just Superman.
Yeah, I guess that's fair game. It's been a long while.
It's been a little while since 1970. What?
8, 9,
8, 7, 6? We'll just list some names, some numbers. Here we go. We'll be right eventually.
I remember it was after Star Wars, so it was like 79 or 78.
Yeah, and Bob's just like, yeah, it's maybe not as good as Star Wars. And I'm like, can we not swing at things with that bat? That seems unfair. Yeah, 78. Yeah, mm-hmm. Oh, it's called Superman the Movie. So the new one just be called Superman technically does not have the same title.
Okay. It's a totally original title. Superman.
Okay, so here's one of the things I have learned from our journey through the Superman movies. You remember that thing I talked like a few weeks ago? I talked about HDR and all the details with that. And I had that theory that since HDR is a format, the thing you do with every new format is you launch it with the Juggernaut movies, the iconic movies. Mm-hmm. So because of that, all these iconic films have terrible color grades most likely, and it will just make them look worse than normal Blu-rays forever. Yeah, the first Superman movie looks terrible, and then the second Superman movie looks mildly better, and then by the time you get to the third and the fourth, the HDR is done correctly at all, but now the movies are starting to look bad, especially 4.
Yeah,
that
4 is laughably bad looking.
It's just tragic because people love 1 and 2, and they just look terrible in HDR. It was to the point where, we were switching back and forth. We were just like, look at this. It just looks absolutely terrible in HDR. This is just a bad experience. The subtitles are like perfectly white. So they're searing into our eyeballs while the movie in broad daylight is dark. Yeah. I don't think Man of Steel needs to be darker in that. And yet, we watched Man of Steel. This was my first time watching Man of Steel, by the way, right?
That's so crazy that you managed to have waited for this long.
I should have kept avoiding it.
You should have.
I was
so much worse than I remembered.
Oh my God. Okay, so here's the stuff I always hear about Man of Steel. Now keep in mind, I came into this movie after 5 other Superman films. I did not have an expectation that it would be great or bad or anywhere in between. I'm like, it could be anything. I have no idea anymore. Everyone hating Man of Steel could have been because of an idealized version of a Superman movie that preceded it. Mm-hmm. That they hadn't seen recently or hadn't really thought about when they watched or something. I don't know anymore. So I watched Man of Steel. Here's what people say about it. Super violent, very gritty, Zack Snyder, powerful, boom, bang, boom, lots of action, right?
Right.
People want to say like, oh, and then the ending's like a 40-minute fight scene. And I'm like, okay. The super burly brawl is a huge fight scene, but I think that's pretty sick. And there's a whole plot to the rest of the movie. Here's the problem with Superman Returns. It's fucking terrible. It doesn't tell a story. It literally relies on you knowing the basics of Superman and then just does the dumbest, loudest shit nonstop from opening to close. That is a moronic film. If there is a down moment in that film, it's 2 minutes spread across the entirety of it.
Just to clarify,
You
he's
said
talking about
Superman
Man of Steel.
Returns.
Sorry,
Okay,
Man of
that's what I
Steel.
figured.
Sorry, Man of Steel.
Yeah, that's the Zack Snyder special. Like that, I haven't seen Man of Steel, but that sounds more or less how Rebel Moon Part 1 was. I didn't see Rebel 2. Where it's just like it's stimulus. Go.
That's even more insane there because that's an original property.
Right, you think you'd want to establish a universe where
Well, that's why. And then we'll see. He establishes the universe through completely insane, almost vignettes that connect to each other in bizarre ways. But a lot of it is completely tensionless action because you have no investment into these characters. I got confused, by the way. I watched part 1 with friends, and then they're like, "When are we going to watch part 2?" And I'm like, "We did that. We did that already." And they're like, "No, we didn't. We watched part 1." And I'm like, "No, that was part 2, right?" And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh, we're not watching part 2.
Emotionally, I've already put in that labor.
as the guy who completely irrationally, if you ask me to explain why, I can't. I guess it has to be because I liked 300. Try to give Zack Snyder rope. Watched Rebel Moon and was like, "No, I'm sorry, man. You can you get someone else to hold your hand and have veto power over everything you want to do, Zack Snyder? Because I do think that you have a great sense of visual design for your films. Just everything else is bad."
Yeah, you may have not the right job on set.
Yes, definitely the case. I would like to know that this movie is so weird in that we do the opening of Superman 1, but now it's an incredibly dumb action scene with insane CGI stuff going on. And I'm like, okay, sure, yeah, whatever. Remember when Zod tried to overthrow the government and that was bad? Ignore the fact the planet is blowing up and the government won't do anything about it. Hey, remember how all of Krypton decided they should stop operating all of their satellite colonies? Just stop
for no reason,
and also not fucking have children for no reason, and then sit on their home planet until it exploded for no reason.
Yeah, the story makes literally no sense.
And it's like, this isn't one part of it that makes no sense. There are several different parts of just the basics of how does the atmosphere affect the Kryptonians and Clark. At first, they're like, well, it took him many years and it was painful. Obviously, he went through pain to get used to the atmosphere of Earth. This is a line in the movie. And then immediately later in the film, Zod, when he gets exposed to the atmosphere, then gets his superpowers, which implies that his superpower up until then is coming from his suit. But it doesn't look like a battle suit. It just looks like to survive the atmosphere. Then when they get back, because keep in mind, the radiation of the yellow sun's supposed to be the whole thing that gives them these powers. That's what makes this even more fucking bizarre. They take Clark, Superman, up onto the fucking ship, and the atmosphere up there is like Krypton. And he starts hemorrhaging or something, and then he passes out. When he comes to, they explain, oh, we have the atmosphere of Krypton. Your powers are like that of a normal human. And that, it's so many layers.
So
it just
many
keeps
things
going back and forth of what this thing does, and then he uses his dad brain to hack the ship to turn into the Earth atmosphere, so he's super powerful. And now they have every Kryptonian on the vessel now has the Earth atmosphere suits on, even though they didn't prior. So that way they could survive this change because they heard a siren and immediately went, well, he must be hacking our shit. We need to put these suits on immediately. And none of this would be the problem. The problem with the film is that it will take no moment to develop a character. For example, you finish this opening, this bombastic version of the Superman 1 opening, and immediately after that, okay, we then cut to who's obviously Superman because it's Henry Cavill, working on an oil rig, and then fires go off and everything, and we have this cool epic set piece where he's saving people, and then we cut from that to him being a kid because now he's in the water being knocked out by explosions after saving the people. And then he gets a flashback to him as a kid and his mom trying to console him as he's got sensory overload and another loud, bombastic scene. And she then just goes, you need to imagine yourself out in the ocean. You need to make the world small. And then the next scene is another action-packed scene. It's like non-fucking stop. And when it finally slows down enough, it's just like, Lois Lane is at the Arctic Cap because the CIA wanted her to be there to cover this underground spaceship that's frozen in the ice. And for some reason, Clark Kent's there? It's like, unless somehow I blacked out for part of the film, no part doesn't explain how Clark found this shit. Mm-hmm. At all. He's just there. The moment Lois Lane and the military are there, he is also there. He doesn't know about his origin. It's like, for people, that is his spaceship. That is a spaceship for him to discover his origin point. There's no explanation of the film for this. And so on top of this film, just... Go ahead.
The movie was going to be 5 hours long before editing, and they cut a lot of shit out. I would like to add that the comics also have never come up with a satisfactory explanation for why every Kryptonian was on Krypton.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, even fucking Dragon Ball justified that better.
It doesn't bother me in the old lore, but the new lore is literally, they were planet colonizers, and then they decided to stop and then go live and die on Krypton.
Yeah, that literally is covered in the intro.
I think they did a comic arc at one point where they were like, they discovered that the yellow sunlight gave them superpowers and then stopped because they thought it was scary that they would all be invincible god kings on these other planets. And I'm like, that's an expansionist culture.
Right?
That's a decision that the Empire would make.
Uh-huh.
Is the bottle city of Kandor still a thing in the comics?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea where that came from? Because it just shows up for me now and then, and I don't know what its deal is.
Brainiac showed up and took it.
Dope.
And like, that's where it came from. It came from Brainiac's collection. Because what he does is Brainiac goes to planet, he absorbs all the knowledge, and then is like, well, I don't want to come back. So he takes one city and then blows the planet up. So no more knowledge can come from that planet. He's like, I don't want to fucking come back in 10 years. I better get it all now.
And the cool thing is, like, that's what was going to be in Abrams' fucking Superman film. The one that was being developed right after the Tim Burton one before Superman Returns. And I thought that was kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing someone in chat saying, let's see, the only reason he survives that oil rig explosion after being knocked out is that Aquaman saves him off screen. Quote, that's a real thing.
No, it isn't. Was it in the movie?
Yeah, no, it's not in the movie.
It wasn't in the movie. But hey, you know what else isn't in the movie, but is in a later movie, a specific edition, a specific cut, is apparently that military guy being the Martian Manhunter. It's like, this movie doesn't make any sense if that guy's secretly Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, so he wasn't, because it wasn't in the movie.
No, in this movie, not the case.
This is
However,
also my argument for... No, canon's not a real thing. Was it in the movie?
It's in a later movie that's a sequel to this movie.
Okay, it was real then, in that movie.
I just... Fucking wild.
It's like how people are like, oh, the villain in Abrams Trek 1 is so good. Look at this stuff that wasn't in the movie. And I'm like,
oh, yeah.
Try and follow along. It wasn't in the movie. Or it's like the discussions I have with people over Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, where it's like, well, there's 4 Sephiroths. And I'm like, no, there's not. There's one.
But
because guess what? If you never see more than one, they never imply there's more than one. And at no point does it make sense for there to be more than one, then I don't fucking care what the Ultimania guide says. They made that shit up after the fact for a book.
I see someone saying talking about Destiny lore is like that as well. Yeah,
God.
I mean, that you're talking about Destiny. That's almost the only way you can talk about Destiny, it feels like, is here's all the shit that was supposed to be in it.
Like, it is now technically, quote unquote, million quotation marks, canon that Luke Skywalker fought Darth Vader before Empire. I'm like, no, he didn't. I don't give a shit that you put a comic out in 2018 where that happened.
I see.
Go fuck yourself.
I see someone in chat saying, yeah, well, there are 10 SAX and you only see one. For people who aren't following, that's Metroid Fusion. The SAX is the... No, they have text in the game that says, there are 10 SAX! So, that's in the thing, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, have you heard of that Super Metroid mod that's just we crammed Metroid Fusion into Super Metroid's engine and then retooled Super Metroid to play like Fusion?
No.
Apparently it has some balance issues. Sarlene was playing it, and they keep tweaking things with it. But it's real fucking wild to just look at it and be like, yeah, you sure fucking did that.
Yeah, that sounds interesting because I'd love a Super Metroid that felt better.
Snappier, yeah.
Of course, that's like, well, then why wouldn't I just play Fusion? If it's just Fusion anyway.
Or Zero Mission, which is kind of like that thing you just described. Of what if it
Yeah,
was closer
I'd
to
be
the
like-
original Metroid, but in fact, because Super's just original again.
It really is.
Yeah.
Metroid's funny. It's kind of like Star Fox in that way.
Yeah.
I would frankly, I don't dislike Fusion, but it's so handholdy.
It is very handled.
And then the discovery when you played Other M that those are just the same game. Like they have very similar plots and similar relationships between Samus and the voice. Is insane. Like who is the director of those two?
It's that dude from Nintendo.
Yeah, I actually never memorized that game's name.
Sakamoto.
Yeah, there we
It's
go.
like Sakamoto just had that weird fixation on being Samus's dad/husband. Her father husband, as they say. What's that? Yeah, he's that fucking whitest kids you know sketch.
Yes. Yeah, it's really weird that those two, because like you always hear about that, the writer who writes the same thing over and over. It's classic.
Perhaps most writers.
Yes, classic endless archetype of a human being. I love this one thing. I'm going to find new ways to write the same damn thing over and over again.
The funny thing
But
is
he did it twice in a row,
Right, it
and
was twice in
it's
a
so
row.
identical.
Uh-huh.
I love how people are
yeah,
saying
the fairy-
Kojima. I don't think Kojima's that much like that, honestly.
I think, yeah, there's like similar themes that run through all of Kojima's works, but he very rarely gets so far into it that it's like, you did the same story again.
Right, except for like Metal Gear Solid 2, where the whole point was it was that.
Right,
Yeah.
which works on a few different levels, and the shifts themselves are not only magnified through the context of it being so similar that it becomes extremely underscored how much Raiden sucks and all these other differences, but them being these weird, I have been clearly shaped into that exact thing is what makes it interesting and different as an experience for the gamer.
Right.
So that's nothing like, other than Fusion where it's just, this is the same fucking thing.
I also think with games that I have a little bit more sympathy for games, because like one thing that I noticed back when Final Fantasy 16 came out, I played through like half of that series in very short order to like refresh myself on the franchise. And one thing I saw was 6 and 7 are so fucking similar in so many ways, which had to have been like, we don't have to be on a cart. We're reusing all that shit we just did now that we don't have to be on a cart. So because that specific era of games where shit progressed so fast in such a short span of time, I have a lot more sympathy for, we did the same thing again. Kind of like how Live a Live is maybe a lot like Chrono Trigger. And how both of those are maybe a lot like Saga Frontier 1.
Well, I guess in that case, like Metroid Fusion is held back by the portable and other.
I guess that's
on the
I
epic
guess that's
chat
true.
of the Wii.
I guess that is true, but it's
Sakamoto Unchained.
I have
now I have to go get that
games.
now that I have to go get that whitest kids you know sketch.
Yeah, no, it's real wild how similar those two games were. I did not expect that, given how much everyone hates Other M, and some people are really big fans of Fusion, and I get it. I really do. I do wonder how Other M would have gone if it played as good as Fusion.
Yeah, if they let them make use a controller.
Yeah,
Like if they just
in
let
a
them do
normal
that
fucking way at all
like,
remotely.
you got Team Ninja, you're like you hold the controller sideways and use two buttons. It's like, excuse me? The whole point was they make Ninja Gaiden.
Oh,
What are you
it's
doing?
okay. At least this is simple now. Now point the Wiimote at the TV. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, Bob,
Man.
this new design of TV, we can actually sit the fucking sensor bar on it, and it will sit there because there's a flat, thick top to it
Oh,
for
there
once.
is? Okay.
They stopped making them this weird, like, curved, thin thing, and now it has an actual. That's the first time that's been possible in fucking 19 years. Oh, what's up, Chris?
I'm just, whenever Other M comes out, I think about the old Penny Arcade comic where they found out that Team Ninja was making a Metroid game, and like the last panel is them like exploding with glee, and I'm like, wow, that sure didn't work out.
Yeah, no, that was yeah.
I do again, like this is part of the reason where I will always kind of have a grudge against Nintendo fanboys, because we have to kill this historical revisionism of Nintendo always being good. That needs to die. We have to drown it.
Here's the thing,
Because
though.
guess what? For most of their existence, guys, they sucked shit.
Oh, most of their existence. This is a controversial take now.
N64, GameCube, Wii, Wii U. Like, were there good games in there? Yes, but they were getting waxed by the entire rest of the industry, as evidenced by their sales. Except for the Wii, which had Wii Sports, which wouldn't have been that successful without Wii Sports.
Here's the thing, though. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think the GameCube is almost the low point, and that they started recovering somewhat for the Wii. That's my opinion, because
I
you look at
agree,
Wind Waker,
because
there's not enough content in Wind Waker. You look at Sunshine. Sunshine is the glitchiest Mario game ever made,
and also clearly lacks content compared to 64 or Galaxy.
There's
I
not enough
agree with-
content in Wind Waker.
Yeah, there are like 4 dungeons, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
there's
the
4 dungeons.
new version of Wind Waker, like that game had so much content, they cut out a huge section of it.
That is not
That was
real
not content.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They took away the important broth.
Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They removed the part where you have to spend 10 hours standing in front of the broccoli chute, eating whatever comes down.
I when we beat Wind Waker on that stream, I was actually confused that there weren't more full-size dungeons, because we just came from Ocarina. Like Ocarina has a shitload. What is it, like 12, 11, 13?
Ocarina has 12 or 13. There's 8 temples, the 3 thing. It's the exact same structure as Link to the Past, so 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we get to Wind Waker, and that's when they're like 4.5, maybe.
Now maybe that was actually not a thing that they chose because of time, because Minish Cap also only has 4, but then each area before you get to it is like the size of a dungeon and has puzzles and stuff.
Which is
Right, so
kind of like
that's really
Skyward
different.
Sword.
Right.
Which I believe last time we talked about this, someone from Minish Cap came over to Nintendo and worked on Skyward Sword.
The director of Minish Cap has been the director of Zelda since Skyward Sword. They also directed Tears and Breath.
So, kind of works.
So about why companies don't work with Nintendo that much.
You want the money, don't you? Yeah, but you're gonna stab me. You want the money, don't you? I don't want to bleed out here. But yeah, no. So like, and then you play Wind Waker, and it's obvious there's content. Look at the entire Hyrule area that they made that you go to at the very end of the game, and then it's just like, go in this cave, go in this tiny cave next to the bridge. Oh, look, you're at the end of the game.
So
what the fuck?
So while we're pissing people off by saying games weren't done, not aggro because he didn't experience it, but us 3. We can all agree that Kingdom Hearts 3 just shipped a year early, right? And all that shit in Remind was originally supposed to be in the fucking game.
One, yes, because no person should have the flat out strategy from the beginning to make that first ending and then add that second ending the way it was. I honestly believe that second ending is much closer to probably what would have been there in the first place.
Yeah,
Like you go to
probably would've-
Scala Ad Kylum, walk down one hallway, and then fight Xehanort.
Right. It was really obviously cut content and
Super
whatnot.
obviously. 2, I do think, however, the rest of the Kingdom Hearts 3 paradigm is not something you fix by working on it longer. I think you flat out needed a very different way to tell that story. You need better integration of the story of Kingdom Hearts and the worlds themselves, which 2 did better. So I do think, while you are 100% correct, the ending of that game would have been far more cogent to say with the mouth at all if they delayed it and integrated it better. Yeah, the rest of the game doesn't feel that way. The rest of the game, well, then San Francisco feels that way.
Yeah.
There's a couple parts that feel that way.
Yeah, San Francisco.
But yeah, the bigger thing is just the ending, where it's like, yeah, that obviously. There's no way that's what anybody wanted.
I wonder, while working on Kingdom Hearts 4, if they've witnessed Disney becoming more easy to work with, as various harder and then easier to work with over the years, as they're like, haha, we're riding on the height of Star Wars and Marvel, baby. And then everything starts burning, and they're like, oh,
I don't think so. Based on what we heard about the development of Fallen Order, I think that it has only gotten worse.
Really?
Like, it started bad and only got worse. Remember that?
Well,
do you have to call them Jedi?
Yeah,
Can you call
Fallen
them
Order
Force users?
That timeline is exactly what I'm talking about. That would have been the roughest time. I think they've gotten more agreeable since, because they had a whole other game they made since then, Survivor.
Maybe I kind of think now that they're not seeing it return as much, they're becoming more insane.
I was always left in the
that's
impression.
part of.
I don't think we have anything that's like shows
like we
that.
don't have any evidence either way, but I just feel like that these stories I feel like the evidence is every company has forgotten how to do everything, which I feel like has to come from managers being so personally involved in everything because they all cost so much money now.
Yeah,
executive has to touch everything. They have to molest the money.
We got such a huge amount of stories, though, about how Disney was so hard to work with during that exact era of Jedi Fallen Order,
right?
That I'm under the impression the complete absence of that sort of anecdote over the last 4-ish years, three maybe, kind of implies that they stopped, because we really did have a number of different companies come out and be like, this is a fucking nightmare. Like, between Marvel versus Capcom Infinite, Jedi Fallen Order. I see, if we had horror stories from God, what is it? That XCOM
Avengers,
game,
Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel Sons.
Yes.
See,
the Marvel Sons.
I'm
See, I
willing
didn't
to
hear any stories about Disney being hard to work with on that.
That's because I think that might be because the game died on impact.
I don't think that would stop people from, off the record blaming them.
Right, especially after
That
how many
seems
people
more
fired
likely.
immediately.
Yeah, especially after how many people immediately lost their jobs.
Yeah, maybe it's Disney doesn't even get the chance to fuck them over anymore because their own publisher does it willingly. It's like, no, die. We decided this won't be profitable before it even came out.
But yeah, I do.
Which is what
wonder.
happened to the devs of Shadowrun and BattleTech.
Remember
that?
Yes. Yeah.
They made Lamplighters League because their publisher didn't want to give Microsoft a cut of Shadowrun or BattleTech because Microsoft owns those. So they just went make an original thing. Then right before it came out, they went, we don't think this is going to make money. You're fired. Everybody's fired. We'll dump the game out with no marketing. We're geniuses.
They're geniuses. Somebody asked, didn't that Blade game get canceled? No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's the way you always
Something
have to talk about cancellation with
Microsoft
Microsoft games. Yeah.
Something might have happened in the past week to dramatically increase the likelihood of that happening.
You are damn right. Did we cover that? Is that in news?
What is it?
It's not in news because it only happened like today, but I'll bring it up.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I missed this.
So that may have dramatically increased the odds of Microsoft going, oh, well, we're just going to burn this all to the ground. Yeah, so I wonder if we could get more data about whether or not Disney in general is harder to work with. in the past 3 to 4 years.
Right. I'd like to know that they're letting Marvel Rivals do a lot of
what
cool
they're
stuff.
doing. They're doing Marvel Tokon.
Right. So
And-
it does feel like they're becoming more accepting of working with these companies
And being agreeable
And
in
they
general.
even like with Tokon said, no, do your own take. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want your version of our stuff. We don't want you to
we don't want you to
vision.
facilitate a very authentic, very straightforward version of exactly what we make. We want your version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they realized they can't.
Because
They
they've
can't.
ruined everything
They
they've
did.
touched.
It's like that's explicitly why
And
so many
that's-
things failed.
And that's why I believe maybe some part of Disney is smarter than Phil Spencer.
Not a high bar.
Maybe. Bob, we got to talk about something.
Okay.
This is the most important news. It's only come to my attention over the last week. Lifeline lady on the box does not have the correct outfit. She has what seems like the second outfit in the game, but there's no red. It's just a black leather version
Is
of
that
it.
not the same outfit?
There's no red at all. She doesn't have any of the K-Dash vibes or whatever, or the Kyo vibes. Because remember, it has red for the straps and other things on it.
I can't remember it offhand. I
They
was like,
recolored
it's a
her
black
fucking
suit with white-
outfit.
with belts.
They
so-
only did it in the U.S.
Oh.
They only recolored this fucking outfit for the U.S.
And then they put it on the cover? Like,
Yeah.
Was that the retelling?
Because yeah, her in the game, it's leather, black leather with red straps and other things. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Why haven't I seen her with that outfit? Because we were waiting for the iconic outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's weird. Why have I not seen that before? And then I finally looked at the box again, and it's like, that's it, but they took all the color out. It's like, what insane person went, let's take the red color out of this badass fucking leather outfit. What motivates this thought? I don't know. It would even contrast the blue background, making a more compelling, eye-catching art.
Well, then they didn't need to make new art because apparently they changed it for the US.
No, they changed that for the US. They changed this
Just
cover
the cover art,
Yes!
not the game graphics?
Yes! That's what we're trying to tell you.
That's even stupider.
That's what's insane here. They changed the costume design to look different on the US box art for some reason. It's like, I just want to be in the room. I just want to hear the person explain why they went out of their way to go, you can't have red.
She looks more like she's in the Matrix now is the only
Yeah.
thing I can get.
Maybe that's
Sure.
it.
I mean, look,
Sure.
it looks good. I don't know what to tell you. It's a good outfit, Dan.
Was it a bad one before?
I don't think that's important. It's a great design. I'm thinking about getting one of those myself.
One moment. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow, that looks great on you, dude. Holy
Right?
shit. That's
Like, I was kind of worried about it, but I think I can pull it off.
yeah, I think you can pull that off very well, actually. I think that'll work out great.
Jesus.
What's with that look you're giving Chris, though?
He knows what he did.
Did he tell you to go to the hallway when he really meant he wanted you to check the bed? I know that feels miserable.
Who said bed?
Okay, I'll leave. Hey, Aggro.
Yes.
Run, save point.
Use healing item?
No! You bitch! You ruined my life! Bob, what
Yeah.
did you think about the iconic, completely voice-driven PS2 space adventure / horror game,
Yeah, sure.
Lifeline?
That was actually somehow worse than I thought it would be. It feels like it was designed from a ground level to be bad.
I'm surprised that you didn't expect it to be that bad. I expected it to be, it doesn't work. Figure it out.
I expected it to be very bad, Chris. No two ways about this. I expected this to be a very bad video game. It is so much worse than that.
There's a reason I returned it after only playing it for 20 minutes. You cannot get her to do basic shit consistently ever. It took us so long to play through the game because so many times we're like, go to the save point. She's like, okay, runs to the bed and then loads a gun into it.
I also didn't expect there to be so much combat because it's honestly so much worse when it's combat. The other things, trying to get her to listen and do like bad adventure game puzzles is really frustrating, and you need to know the exact word she wants. But the combat is the level of like, oh, this game just doesn't operate well enough for this.
Oh, yeah.
That makes it super frustrating.
Because you need to say things like stomach, leg. And then you hope that she does it instead of spinning a 180 at a random point in that and then shooting nothing.
Right. You have commands like, instead of having commands related to where the enemy are, for some reason you have commands related to turn left, turn right, turn around. It's like, no, you should have her always see the enemy, and then you can be like, get behind the enemy, get to the left of the enemy. Something like that.
I kept making jokes of if Aggro played this game, he would be giving commands like tactically and be like, flank them from the right. And she would be like, okay, and then drink her juice pouch.
Yeah, it said you have commands that don't even make any sense. And the only way you can relocate her is tell her to flee. And then she chooses where that is, which is often into an enemy's like attack.
So we gotta talk about the most important thing up front, though. The most important thing is we always hear it. The game operates better if you use like an English-sounding offensive accent.
I was going to ask if you tried it.
Said by racist.
It didn't seem to help.
Yeah,
the only time it helped is what was I trying to say? I was trying to say bag or something, but it couldn't understand bag, so I said bog, and then it worked instantly, and I was like, okay, all right. But that's the thing, like, literally, it's not that. And people always give this game the rope of, well, in Japanese, you know, the voice technology was engineered for that. It definitely worked there. And then people looked up Japanese reviews during the stream, and they're like, no, dudes, they're all writing about how it doesn't work there either.
I can't believe it. I'm just imagining you lending Aggro this game and him just coming back a couple days later, handing and be like, I can't play a game that doesn't know what Larbert is.
Look, you bitch, we're on a space station. I'm not going to say west.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, this game, worth noting, 37 out of 40 from Famitsu. Also worth noting, developed and published by Sony Japan.
Yeah, it's also so weird that when you're guiding her around locations, you can't use directions. You have to pull up the map and read where you want her to go, which would make no sense.
Yeah, because you would think you're an operator, right? And you're seeing the camera, and you need to guide her relative to her where to go. But that's not it. She knows intimately the specific words for every region of a room that's relevant ever. So you have to tell her, go to the galley.
Yeah, you can't be like, go to the door next to you.
Right.
Like, that's impossible.
Go on the left door. Go across the room. None of that. No. You need to pull up a map to know what she expects you to say. And Aggro, you want to know the lowest moment for me in this game? The most infuriating, what the fuck is wrong with you? We sat there for what felt like 5 minutes straight trying to think of every way to tell her, there's some fucking shit on top of the vending machine. Reach up and grab it. So we said so many things. Above, high, extremely high, on top of, all of these things. So many different ways to tell her, pick up the super obvious box on top of the thing you're standing in front of.
Yeah, it's flashing on screen and everything. You know there's a thing there. You just need to identify what she wants you to say to her.
Aggro, here was the correct phrase. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Not on top of, not above. Not the top of. You literally hyper specifically have to say the very top of.
Yeah. Yeah, and every time you give her one that's not right, she sasses you. She's like, I already checked on the vending machine.
It's true. She said that so many times. I'm like, I'm gonna kill you.
Okay. You know, I've got it. It has snapped into place.
Uh-huh.
We need to try again. We need to make this style of game again, but it needs to be the Suicide Squad. So about the 10th time Captain Boomerang fucks up the very simple instruction you give him, you can just hit the button.
No, that sounds great.
This is a brilliant idea for a game. Aggro is right, but you need to include like every single loser that has ever been on the Suicide Squad. Like you need to put in, what's his fucking name? I think it's Slipknot, the dude whose skill is that he's good at ropes. Here's the insane thing about Slipknot. He's got like a costume that kind of evokes a noose. You know, he's really good at throwing ropes and tying people up. Who do you think he fights based on that power set? Who would you assume his primary like hero that he menaced was?
Green Arrow.
That's a pretty good bet.
Good decision.
Yeah.
I mean, he sounds like a Flash villain.
I'm actually,
Also a good Dan.
I think Green Arrow's it. I think that's it.
Firestorm. The guy who can turn anything into anything else by thinking about it.
Okay.
That guy has a rogue's gallery? I thought he just showed up in team-ups because he's Firestorm.
Because he's too powerful to be in anything else. Like he can't actually be in any stories, or else he would simply resolve the problem. Yeah, it's kind of hard to write around a guy being literally Dr. Manhattan.
It's true.
Yeah.
I sincerely, the worst part is she will sass you or run into the hallway causing the next set piece to happen, and since you haven't picked up the key item in the game, you will fail that sequence.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, that ended up not being why we failed that sequence.
Right, yeah.
Aggro? God. There were two different moments in this game. I'm totally spoiling this game if Aggro's ever going to play it. No, I'm sorry, Aggro.
Go for it.
There are two different moments in this game that are quick time events, and you need to tell her what to do in these quick time events. And when you tell her a thing that isn't what she wants to hear to get the solution, it does a cut-in shot that they can cut to immediately, and her being like, no, that won't work. And then cut back to the wide, and if you don't do it in time, she dies, or she's imprisoned. One of these times, Bob was like, shoot him. And she's like, no, that won't work. We're like, what the fuck? Attack him? Tackle him. Sweep the leg? Like all these things, okay? And then it just game overs us.
Mm-hmm.
It happens again, and we have evidence this time. I'm like, bring up the evidence we have. Do something with the evidence. Doesn't work. I look it up. Aggro, you know what we were supposed to say instead of attack him? Point your gun at him.
Wasn't it threaten him?
Threaten him.
Yeah.
That was the exact phrase they wanted. Because we said point your gun at him. We said shoot him. We said all these things.
Right. And there's
Threaten him.
like this game desperately needed a dictionary of what you could say.
Like accessible at all times, as it turns out.
The one later in it is even more insane. Because
Okay, so you remember that time we were filming a video forever ago? And then I believe it was you just yelled, okay, run. And everyone got the idea of running away. So there was a moment where the super evil monster is eating the guy next to her. And then Bob's like, run. And she's like, no, that won't work. And then she just lets herself be killed. We were supposed to say, I shit you not, run away.
this is a QTE.
That is fantastic.
At the end, in a 15-plus minute segment with no save points.
Of defusing a bomb that has a very rigid way in which you do it, where you have to walk her through every step. That's where they put run? No.
No. Run away.
Away, sir. So we did that. We did the sequence leading up to that 3 times?
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. 3 times.
3 times. So, of course, the first thing I thought about was that video we filmed like 18, 17, 19 years ago.
Yeah.
Run! What did she think we meant? I don't know. That's why it's so funny. Fucking shit, dude.
Yeah.
And like some
You
of the
guys
times,
should play Zork on stream.
you know, I would like my odds there more. I could at least sit there and go, I don't understand why I can't get ye Flask. Meanwhile, in Lifeline, you'd say, get the flask, and she would be like, I can't. And it turns out you were supposed to say, get ye flask.
No, that's not a flask.
Oh my God. Aggro. I'm going to pull up the picture.
Oh, you got a picture?
I believe I saw the clip we're going to talk about.
I need to visually show for posterity's sake
It's so
this
good.
goddamn situation. Oh my God. Let me pull up the clip and then I'll screen cap it and we'll just quickly, is this going to show a better shot of it? Oh, it actually shows, but the problem is it's highlighting it at this point. We haven't yet okay. Up. 1 sec. Okay, perfect. Here we go. Chat, viewers, listeners, use your imagination. So, there's this table. Chris, did you catch this part? There's this
No, I don't
table.
think I did.
On this table, you will notice 3 cups.
Oh no.
They are all blue.
They're all blue. They all have...
okay.
Uh-huh.
One's cup, one's mug, and I
will never
don't
guess
know
what the
what the
third one
last
is.
one is.
Yeah, me and Bob are like, I don't know. The right one's
Tumbler,
teacup.
Stein.
The back one is green teacup, Ochaske cup, possibly Mizu. The left one, I don't fucking know, a fucking cup. Chris, might I introduce you to cup, teacup, and tea mug? And we needed to know to call those things that to get her to look inside the fucking cups in a game where we should be able to say the left one, the right one, and the center cup.
That was impossible. She could not
Do you think-
understand.
Do you think there might be some unbelievably fucked up thing with like how the English voice track for Final Fantasy X is kind of weird because the voice lines had to be exactly the length of the Japanese ones, or else the game crashed 100% of the time.
I'm sure there's vernacular oddities in this.
Like it has to be the same amount of syllables or the game breaks.
At that point, it's like you can't make the game.
Please stop trying. We all beg you. Also, I can't remember what it was. Bob's gonna have to help me.
Okay.
So, what you see in front of you, okay? What you see in front of you, dead and center, are these pouches that have been opened, and you would think that's tea that's spilled out, but it's actually ground coffee inside of tea bags. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell did we have to tell her to get to clean up that fucking obvious mess?
I think it was coffee particles. It was
coffee powder.
coffee powder. She
Even though-
wouldn't accept anything else.
Generally speaking,
You couldn't say the coffee. You couldn't say sand. You couldn't say dirt. You couldn't say the
coffee
mess.
grounds. You couldn't say coffee. You couldn't say any of those things. You had to say coffee powder, not granules. No, coffee powder. I swear to God. So this game's a nightmare, is what we're saying.
Right, and it only gets worse the farther you get into it. The more weird and like specific, hyper specific you need to be with every command.
Worth noting, Aggro, you know the vending machine story? You know the QuickTime event story that I just told you about with the threaten the guy with the gun? And now this? That is all the same room.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, we hit a fever pitch, and I think this was the last 3 hours of the
It's
game.
the last 3 hours of the game, and
it's
it was
just like-
the most like, welcome to my dungeon.
It was like, guys, we kind of understood the confines of what they could accomplish, and we thought they did too, and no, absolutely not.
Their ambition grew wild at the end.
What blew my mind,
Okay.
at the end of all of this, they expect you, the player, to have fallen in love with this woman.
She's a white woman with blonde hair on
And
a
she's
space
the most
station.
insufferable person they like, human in a video game.
Because she's basically the smug, dumbass customer
Yes.
archetype. But I'm trying to work with her for 10 plus hours straight to survive a life or death situation. And she's just as snarky.
Yes, and it's you're trying to hold her hand for her not to drown herself.
We should use this tech to make a game where you're tech support.
You basically are.
Yeah, I'm already there.
Yeah, no, that's...
Aggro, do you remember, and Chris, have you ever seen the trailer for Identify?
No.
So, E3 2005, Sony shows a trailer for a game that's clearly made by these people. Character designs seem very similar. It's about you using the PlayStation Eye to be the agent CO of these two sexy spy girls as they go undercover and do secret ops. And this game was canceled. And I don't think me back then realized immediately it was so obviously the same team in Sony Japan. By the way, they never made a game again. The director of this game did not make a game after this. The writer and character designer for the game did not make a game after this. I feel like they started making Identify. The moment that was not coming together, they're like, you're out of here, dude.
It's like we upgraded the microphone like tenfold and gave you video footage. Why is it still just as bad?
This isn't functional elite. You literally have an unbelievable amount more processing power and RAM. How?
I still would love to have seen what they did.
Same. I think we were robbed.
Yeah.
I think we were robbed.
Every game they showed us during the E3 2005 and 2006 should have released.
It should have been legally mandated they released. We should have gotten that first version of Neo.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, after we showed them the trailer for Identify, we then showed them the Neo trailer, and they're like, what the hell do you mean this is Neo?
Yeah, I didn't know it was that far back. I knew it had been in development for a really long time. But I didn't know that it was that far back.
I guess that means it would have been 13 years.
God.
Because didn't that come out in 2018?
I think so.
Yeah, then that would have been at minimum.
Actually, it was the same year as Persona 5 and Nier, so it was 2017.
So 17. So
Yeah.
at minimum 12 years.
Yeah. Yeah, no. And I was hyped at the time because I remembered. I'd been waiting.
Yeah. No, that guy looked really cool. He had the long flowing blonde hair, and he looked like the fucking Chad meme, basically. He was so big. Wearing that samurai armor. We can't not talk about the frame perfect door. So hey, Aggro. You know that classic spy meme? We have to slide the two cards at the same time for this to unlock.
Uh-huh.
They want you to do it frame perfect, and you tell her when to swipe. So you go, ready, set, and then she goes, and go. And then there's an animation, and then you swipe.
On top of that,
So you have to hit a button on the menu at the exact right moment for her swiping.
she tells you the instructions for what to tell her to make her swipe, and it's wrong.
And it's wrong. She just walks away anytime you say what she said she wanted you to say. Because she's like that.
Yeah, the whole last 3 hours of this game is unacceptably incomplete.
I always assumed that this game was like, it was just that the voice recognition didn't work. This is spectacular.
It's like Zork had a baby with Shadowgate and it was all voice operated. Also, there was a moment where, in order to feel better about the heartbreak and struggle she had put us through, I had Bob hand me the mic, and then I held it up to my speaker as I hit my coach clip of him going, bitch. And she said, okay, and drank one of our insanely rare heal items.
I mean, that seems to track. Like, all right, you want to play like that?
Oh god, and that mini game we kept doing to heal, that thing probably is like over an hour of our whole stream.
Oh, 100%. Aggro to heal in this game.
That part I love. That's brilliant. The fact, like, just because, like, if it took a resource, it would be evil. But the fact you can just do it is unironically brilliant.
You can find in this game a slip of paper that just says, she sells. And when you say that command, she goes, okay. It fades to black, fades back in. She's locking eyes with the camera, and she's like, did you want to play Tongue Twisters? Did you want to play She Sells? And then you say yes. And then she randomly selects across 3 rounds one of 5 different tongue twisters you have to nail. And if you nail all 3 in a row, the last of which is really long, and all of these are, many of them, are just wrong. Like, they keep changing the words, so they're just wrong. You heal the tiniest amount. I believe it's 20% of your health, maybe 25.
See, execution wrong. Brilliant idea. I love that idea. And I think if in a similar game, it's like, you want free healing? Do a tongue twister. I think that's brilliant. But Aggro, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
N.
Of course, the correct answer is a woodchuck would chuck all the wood they could chuck. But this game says, if a woodchuck could chuck wood. But this game says the woodchuck would chuck as much wood as they could chuck, or some similar thing that's fucking wrong.
Yeah. So imagine. Also, she sells seashells by the seashore. They said on the seashore or something. They've changed enough.
Enough of them were random things.
So that way your muscle memory isn't there from your youth. And then they introduced weird ones I've never heard before. The big blue bug bit the big black blood, and then it bled blue blood on the big blue bug. And then there was I saw Esau kissing Kate. Kate saw I saw Esau kissing Kate. All of these are a nightmare. So after doing this enough, I just pulled up the GameFAQs thing with the list, and you can just see my face light up as GameFAQs pure white background is on my monitor, and I'm like, I saw Esau kissing Kate. Kate saw I saw Esau. And then this is like the only way to heal. Because you have the tiniest amount of healing items. I feel like they have fewer healing items than any Resident Evil ever.
It feels that way. And you can accidentally use them very easily and take damage very easily.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
It's like a nightmare.
If they just designed this game around knowing, the systems don't work great. Why aren't there more healing items? Like, it seems silly to not have that. Like, that's the one crutch you could easily put in your game. Like, yeah, we know.
At least they didn't include the Betty one. That one's a nightmare.
Betty one? Are you talking about bitter butter?
Yeah, I'm still. Yeah, I'm talking about bitter butter.
Yeah, they have that one.
Oh God.
This bitter butter would make my batter bitter.
This is. I'm just realizing I'm gonna say action game, but you know what I mean. Equivalent of the puzzles make sense to the guy who made them.
Right?
So the first set, really simple, right? Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Ted threw Fred 3 free throws. The boot black brought the boot back. Pick up 6 pickup sticks quickly. And around the rugged rocks, the ragged rascal ran. Then they get a little bit bigger. A big black bug, a big blue bug, and the big blue bug bled black blood. That's an example of the length. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Fuzzy Wuzzy. Okay. And then one to me that didn't seem as much of a tongue twister, but just seemed like an activation phrase for some individual sleeper agent was like, sheep shouldn't sleep in a shack. Sheep should sleep in a shed. And I'm like, that's not that hard to say. I just feel like I'm activating
I've never heard
someone.
that one.
I hadn't even considered. Like, I'm just on the headset to her. Like, it was you who broke my mason plate.
Right. That's exactly what it felt like.
Oh, fuck, I better heal. If you stick a stock of liquor in your locker, it's slick to stick a lock upon your stock, or some slicker who is slicker will stick you of your liquor if you fail to lock your liquor with a lock. Okay, give me my fucking health.
I gotta wonder if there are like secret trigger phrases in this game to give you like extra stuff.
See, I feel like we should know by now.
Right?
See, they should make we need to have the sequel to this that is exactly the same fidelity, So it's really easy to make, but there's 8 billion weird interactions like that.
Yeah,
Except they shouldn't do this because nowadays AI has to collapse, then you can do it.
Yeah, I was just thinking we are outside of the safe zone of remaking this. The tech got good enough, but now we're in a danger area.
Round 3, the shortest one in round 3, and this was weird because I hadn't heard this one before, but I'm sure it's a thing. She stood on the balcony, inexplicably mimicking him hiccuping and amicably welcoming him in.
That seems more like a diction test than a tongue twister.
I know.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many peppers did Peter Piper pick? And then there's the weird version of the woodchuck one. And then there's Betty Better had some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I bake this bitter butter, it would make my batter bitter. This is how you heal. This is how we survived. There's also other secret phrases like saying sexy pose. And then she does the sexiest pose she can imagine, simply stretching her thigh. No, I wish. She like extends one of her thighs slightly and she's like this. I'm like, sexy for like midlife crisis man who's like, oh yeah, I love stretching. Show you? It will just delete me. I'll stand up, I won't have a head, and then the background removal will delete me. There's no way I could show you. I apologize. This is a video game, is what we're saying.
It is a landmark title.
Konami brought this out in the US because Sony went, another Sony Japan game. Put it in the bin.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can't blame him this time. Honestly, I'm more confused that Konami did it.
Same. Because this makes their late PS2 output just full of weird things like Lifeline and Steel Lancer Arena International. Or Slay with an I at the end. Don't forget Word Jumble and The Calc. Thank you, Sebmol. So for beating the game and getting these 16 chip items, you unlock mini games to play outside of the game. Mini games like Word Jumble, where it jumbles the words and then you go crash and it goes, nope, try again. You go crash and it goes, nope, try again. And then you go crash and it goes, nope, try again. By the way, the correct word was crash. And then me, 13 plus hours into the stream, I go to the calculating one where it gives you a math problem and then you answer it. And I'm so tired by this point that I'm actually going, oh my God, am I fucking up math this bad? Because what happened was it would pop up with it. And then I would say the answer, I'd be like 42. And then it would show 42 and it would be red and it would go bad. And then it would move on. I'd be like, how did I fuck that up? I was certain 42 was the answer. Turns out 42 was the answer. They thought I said something else. Right? When your voice diction system doesn't get numbers right?
When something that would have saved the whole game
is if it showed what it thought you said.
Yes, we ran into that so many times. Like, well, I already said that. I don't need to say that again. I'm going to move on to something else. But it's like, no, it didn't detect it right.
Bad. I feel like she should have said that in the game. Anytime she got mildly confused about what we said, bad. This is an important game in gaming history. They should have made Identify. This is one of the roughest games we've ever streamed.
Do you think the Identify would have anything to do with the Philosopher's Stone?
So spoilers for Lifeline here. Spoilers for Lifeline. Spoilers. Aggro, in the middle of playing this game, I went to look something up. I wanted to know something like a character name in the game, so I Google it, and it says Rio Hohenheim. And I go, and I don't say anything out loud, and I go, you mean like Alchemy Hohenheim? Like Full Metal Alchemy Hohenheim? Or is that really? No. We get 11 hours into this game, and it's just like, Oh, by the way, Rio Lifeline comes from a legacy of alchemists who are trying to protect the Philosopher's Stones from scientists who are making their own Philosopher's Stone, which you could only craft in space because of gravity not making the lattice in which it is constructed non-uniform. Only in space can you make the perfect uniformity in your fake Philosopher's Stone.
Oh my God. This is how Count Saint-Germain built his Gundam.
That is awesome. That is awesome, and it is like Shadow Heart, so I have to endorse it.
So this shit was written, this came out in Japan in 2003, and I'm like, damn, Full Metal, huh?
Yeah, it is in that culture really quick.
That was awesome. That was awesome as a moment of just like, holy shit.
It also, it was so frustrating too, because it's like, Rio, how did you even live before this operator was in your ear? What do you mean you're basically a secret agent?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
you
you're
didn't accomplish anything. Are you crazy?
You're telling me you're one of the most capable human beings there's ever been on Earth, and I've watched you nearly drown yourself in a pet's water bowl 5 times.
Is the reveal, like, if you get the true ending, does it show her like talking to the camera and then it pans around and she's talking to a mirror and like this is her own fucked up internalization of her secret agent training? Is that the ending?
No.
That would be so funny.
No. That would be really
Did you
good.
try telling her that she's now allowed to use all of her Samus armor powers?
No. Also, she is the Philosopher's Stone. She gets shot and it reveals it's inside her chest. That's how she survived.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it's like, what do you mean? I've been saving these health potions all game. She's just
Also-
immortal. She's faking it.
You've been faking dying at least 30 times.
You make it be too freaking tongue twisters to heal when really you could just do it at any point.
You've been just trying to trick me into giving you attention because you're the world's worst woman. You're literally the most insufferable being I've ever met. I want to cast you into a black hole.
Oh no, I wasn't able to save your girlfriend. That means we could be together, right? No.
No. Oh, this is a real thing, by the way. She's like, oh, your girlfriend. But, you know, when we get back to Earth, can we? And then I was like, Bob, tell her no. No.
Well, see, that's a perfect opportunity. Like, you agree, and then you just leave her in an empty room and take the headpiece off, and she'll never get out without you telling her to open the door.
True.
It's akin to like driving the cat you don't want anymore, just out into the boonies and setting them at the side of the road and driving off.
It's like we could just go to any fast food place and lock a closet on her, and she would never. There's no way she would figure her way out.
You could tell her to go to the bathroom, and then you could leave, and she'd never make it out.
That's true. You don't have to lock anything.
Yeah, there's no need to lock
She doesn't
anything.
understand. There were 2 doors between her and the exit of the restaurant. She'll never make it.
I just remembered the bathroom scene in this game.
So there's a bathroom scene in this game. I'm gonna turn off the spoiler.
Yeah, this
music,
isn't spoilers.
'cause whatever. Go ahead.
She has seen unspeakable horrors. Her friends dying left and right, people transforming to horrible monsters, and killing each other, and she's fought them without any flinching, really, just responding to your commands.
Pretty unaffected.
Yeah, pretty unaffected by all of it. You go into the bathroom, and then she tells you a ghost story that she heard from a coworker, and now she is scared. And you have to tell her to do everything like multiple times because she's like, oh, I'm too scared to do that. It's like, you seem crazy. There's actually literal monsters on the ship, and you're scared there might be a ghost in this specific bathroom. That's horrifying to you. Yeah, it's really frustrating.
There was a music box in the closet that was playing spooky music. And she heard a spooky story.
They should have just made it a talking dog.
Oh, that would be incredible.
That's true. Especially if it's the Silent Hill 2 dog.
It would make all of the, like, how much she doesn't get what you're saying to her make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like, well, it is a dog.
Right?
Anyways, I wonder why this game got such good reviews from certain outlets in Japan. Definitely not a paycheck or her being waifu coded. And us having multiple plot moments where she's sad at you and talks about how much you mean to her, even though it's like, I've been spending this whole time keeping myself from killing you. I would end your life in an instant if I think I could get away with it.
Yeah, at one point she mentions that, yeah, there's an escape pod in the room you're in. It's like, oh my God, where's the button to use that?
Uh-huh.
I don't care anymore.
So anyway, someday I hope we can be Famitsu and give a game like this a 37 out of 40.
Yeah.
Because then it means we might live comfortably. I assume the paycheck's got to be pretty big to turn Lifeline into a 37. Bob, that means one person gave it a 10 and the other 3 gave it a 9.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
The tech was really impressive. I didn't engage with it for more than an hour.
Anyways, that's Lifeline. That was a hell of a stream, hell of an experience. My God. All I see on the side of this box every time I look at it now is this price tag here that just says $75.
Yeah.
Legendary game. Anyways, I bet it would work better on a PC because a higher quality mic.
Yeah, higher quality might help it.
Might help it a
Maybe.
bit, but come on now. Bob, I assume after that you decided video games were a mistake and never played a video game ever again, right?
That would be a fair response, but it's not what happened.
Oh, what have you been playing?
I played the 2 big betas from last weekend.
Bob, we're not that kind of gamer podcast. We don't call people betas. We don't say people got played. Bob, talk about Battlefield first.
Okay, sure. Battlefield 6. The beta's back up already. It was down for like, I think 3 days between the 2 weekends. But yeah, I got to play some of that. It seems neat. It seems like they're definitely going back to more of a Battlefield 4 sort of feel. From what I played, the areas were smaller, more confined, and felt, like the 4 and 3 days more, where it wasn't just sniper heavens and whatnot. It feels pretty good to play. It looks nice, and it doesn't seem like glitch-ridden like the last 4 or so Battlefield releases were. So that's good. It's also like not exciting in many ways, other than, oh, they made one of these that works. And it feels like
that's pretty exciting,
right? Like that's enough, honestly. The thing I talked about last week of you couldn't change your loadout inside or outside of the mission, like outside of playing the game. That is in this one. I don't know if it was that in the last one, but it's definitely here now. You can actually fully adjust your loadout on the title screen before you go into a match.
Nice.
Thank God. Because there's a ton of options, because you've got 4 different classes and each one can have like whatever gun you want to put on them. Then each gun can be modified with all the different like little bits, like the iron sights, the nozzles, different clips. You call gun you call that a nozzle on a gun, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Heck, are you now just trees?
Well, yeah, we were talking about Battlefield. I figured camouflage was appropriate.
Oh, okay. The beta here didn't have any vehicles. Not as many as I would want. It let me mess with some, but I like. It felt like it didn't spawn the planes very much or the helicopters, and then you had like tanks and jeeps, but we didn't get to see any sort of water-based stuff at all. So I don't know if that's in the game and just not in these levels or what. And something I've wished that they would go back to is having me take off the plane, like take off with it. Now I think since like 4, maybe even 3, you just spawn in and the plane's already mid-flight.
Oh,
yeah, and that's still the case here. And it's like, I understand why, but at the same time, getting in the plane is funny because there's the 50-50 chance of you not actually getting to take off. It felt like the helicopter was still appropriately unwieldy, so that's good.
That is good.
I don't want them to like make that simple. I even played on the simple mode for helicopters. I could turn to an advanced mode and probably die instantly, which is what I should have done.
Aggro,
Yes.
are you trying to tell Bob that this segment is shrubbish?
I can't say that I am, since
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that particular adjective.
Well, first off, it's a Pokemon, I'm certain, based on how it sounds.
It's shrubbish, right?
Yes, Trubbish is the actual. Why is he transformed into a tree?
He said he was hiding in the camouflage for
Oh,
the Battlefield
okay.
segment.
It's a very good disguise. I thought you were a sentient tree. I shit my pants, actually.
When you finish a match, it has a really cool like graph that's in the background of like your two teams' amount of resources they have left. Because the way Conquest works in Battlefield is each team starts with like 800 resource, and each time someone spawns, they lose one or more. I don't know exactly the numbers for it, but you get to see like that huge number like rapidly press down if someone's not having the different points taken or is being just completely wiped out. And it's cool to see that like pulled out over a big graph, which I don't think they've actually broken down before. Just the rate of decline that you can see.
Here's how much of a boomer I am. I'm hearing Bob talk about this, and the place my brain goes is Unreal Tournament 2003 was a good game.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, having the rate there is interesting and different.
Right. But yeah, not really much else to say. I want them to put in more stages because I only got to play 2. I didn't play this beta for that long though. I probably was like only an hour and a half or so of playing total.
Okay. Yeah, I really want to put in some times this weekend because I really like Battlefield, and everything I'm seeing of it looks interesting and promising. Mm-hmm. Especially compared to the last several games.
Yeah, as I was saying before you were winning off the room, it's like it seems to work unlike the last year.
Right?
That is shocking considering every bit coming out about it is it being in some state of not being ready for launch.
I feel like they should maybe cut the single player entirely. That sounds like one of the biggest problems, but who knows? Maybe that'll be great.
I feel like they cut that from 2042, and that didn't save it.
No, it didn't.
We have some
Watch
breaking
that they
news.
won't have servers up, and once they can't rigidly control how many people are trying it, it just all fucking falls apart.
Entirely possible. I feel like the beta for 2042 also didn't work right.
It did not, yeah.
Let me know when you're good to move to the next game.
Sure. Let's see. It did have a server queue when I first tried to jump in, so I guess there were a lot of people trying to get in. It was probably like a 5-minute wait or something before I got to play that first time. Anything else? Oh right. New thing they've added for anyone time you heal someone is if they go down, you can actually grab them and pull them as you're healing them.
Oh, that's sick.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
So you can pull them out of the gunfire and
Yeah.
stuff. That's awesome. Holy shit.
And it works very smoothly. Like one of those things I never
Now-
expect to feel good.
Do you agree with Mike Ibarra saying this will be the battlefield to defeat Call of Duty?
If your opponent falls ill of internal ailments,
Right?
Yeah, I feel like this is the
I'm
the
not
absolute
even
best
sure.
chance.
Yeah, this is the best chance, but I wouldn't put money on it.
Right, like that's really tough. It feels like they have to do a serious blunder. But hey, this Battlefield weekend has been super popular.
also we know nothing about this year's Call of Duty, and it's August.
Yeah, we don't know anything about it. It
Oh,
might
God,
be the
we
future again
don't.
or something. It might be, if it's anything even slightly weird. It's like, no, here's Battlefield, here's modern day shooting, which is what you guys want.
I think they did imply it was future shit.
So it might,
Yeah,
it might do
what
it.
is all we know about this is that it's another
Black Ops.
Black Ops. Yeah,
Black Ops
Another
7, I
Black
believe.
Ops, yeah.
yeah, and then that weird CG trailer.
Which I think we're supposed to find out more next week at Gamescom.
Okay, that would make sense.
it is
But
the-
Jesus,
It is 2035.
so that is more future, but it's not. Is it future enough to
It's
scare
not
people?
that future. It's gonna
Yeah.
have that means that they'll probably have a lot of drone shit, which I don't think turns people off yet. Like they seem to turn off more when it's like too fictional, like you have double jumps and wall runs and grappling hooks and shit. Although they gave you a grappling hook in the last one for the bad lab levels.
Right, but that's single player.
Yeah.
I wonder at what point like Warzone actually starts to eat into like normal Call of Duty sales.
I do wonder. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I wouldn't credit Battlefield for doing it.
Right.
It
No,
would be
it'd be
like
like
Battlefield's presence is almost irrelevant in this equation.
You all like it's the first time you release a competent Battlefield in years, though, so that's something, I guess.
That's a big moment for Battlefield, sure. Possibly, if that happens.
Yes,
but
because
killing
who knows about the whole package?
Killing
we know,
COD?
like 3 levels.
I don't. You didn't do that. They were terminal. We saw the signs years ago. Bob,
Yeah.
this other beta.
Yes.
We got to talk about it because the game just shadow dropped.
It did. It was-
And I can't believe this, Bob. We already have articles saying Drag Drive debuts as one of the lowest rated Nintendo Switch exclusives with Joy-Con gimmicks. And weirdly enough, based on the Metacritic, it's scoring 4 points higher than 1-2 Switch. This seems like bullshit. Bob, tell me about Drag Drive. Maybe this will win me over. Maybe I'll be like, that is 4 whole points out of 100 above 1-2 Switch.
not everybody 1-2 Switch.
No,
just 1-2
everybody
Switch.
1-2 Switch is even lower. It's 54 instead of 62.
Okay, because like, yeah, this is better than everybody 1-2 Switch.
It is. So you should stick it between those two.
It's also half the price of 1-2 Switch or less, because it's 20
That
bucks,
does-
whereas 1-2 Switch is like 60.
That does help. It is worth noting only one outlet. First off, there aren't that many reviews of this.
No.
Only one outlet gave it a remotely positive score, which is Nintenderos.
They don't have any bias.
They gave it an 8 out of 10, and everyone else is 7 out of 10 or much lower. So IGN Portugal gave it a 50, as in 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Bob, what the hell is the deal with Drag X Drive?
Drag X Drive is a competitive basketball game where you're on a wheelchair you control using the mouse
Vehicle.
controls. I'm sorry.
Excuse
it's not
me.
a wheelchair, it's a vehicle.
It's a vehicle. It's
vehicle.
not a wheelchair?
Yeah.
Were they afraid of being woke?
I guess. I don't know. They obviously
they
made
have-
people in wheelchairs because they even have like they have legs and everything. This isn't like, oh yeah, their lower half is wheels. These aren't robot people. These are people in wheelchairs.
What-
So I don't know why they have a
What
weird
is the
distinction.
fucking-
Don't want to say wheelchair, but apparently it's something that they do.
Is Nintendo concerned that might be ableist somehow, even though it would kind of be empowering and
right?
neat?
I don't know.
I feel like it's more the opposite. Like they have like, don't let people think it's a wheelchair thing or nobody will buy it.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, like I don't think they have to worry about that fucking point.
No.
But internally they might have come to that conclusion.
This is a good question. Didn't Bob have a basketball pitch at Armchair Devs? Did you? We've done a lot of Armchair Devs, but that's not popping to mind.
It would have to have been in one of the Kiwamis because I don't remember those too well because I come up with them on the spot and under duress.
I'm going to say...
They're not responsible for those.
Most of the time we podcast under duress, just for the record. So, again, you can't trust anything we say, and none of it's legally actionable. I feel like Aggro had the dog from Pilo Wings do some sport. I don't know if it was basketball. Feel like it
Nobody says a dog. Nobody says a dog can't fly a plane. Hard cut to 9/11 footage.
Again, under duress.
Just to be clear.
Something I found playing this game is it is kind of hard to find a place to play this game because you have the 2 mice, you need a fairly large area to put them in. So I ended up using a dinner tray, like a TV tray in front of my chair, and I always had to completely clear it off. And then you're like reaching forward in a weird way, so you really like. I think ideally, maybe you'd be at a full computer desk and have something you could have raised up a little more so you could get a better angle on it.
So like we're talking about like up here, right?
Yeah, so maybe something like that, or
So
maybe something
we
like
need a
mid-range.
standing desk that you've cleared all of your computer shit off of, and you're just able to
And I was trying to think about how you would do it on a coffee table. I'm like, that would be really uncomfortable.
Yeah, you would basically be folding yourself in half.
So what I ended up doing, like worked best, was using my legs, which feels weird.
And it's also deeply ironic if you think about it.
Look, you
Again, they're vehicles and not wheelchairs.
right, but I mean, in that case, like if you were disabled, you'd be able to use your legs as a
In that manner, yes.
yes,
But you
because you're
still
not actually
can't
moving your legs, you're
simply-
using them as a table.
Yes.
Which I found because I had a chair with armrests on it, the armrests were getting in the way. So if I were on a couch, then using my legs is the mat. This would be the ideal way to play the game. I didn't have a couch on hand, so I couldn't check this.
Have you considered moving all your furniture away from your walls, sitting on the ground, pushing your back against the wall, and then using your legs completely flattened out on your carpet?
I mean, I feel like I wouldn't detect carpet well, so you need to put down a mat.
Oh no, it's still on your legs.
It's on your
the carpet.
legs?
You're extending your legs. You're sitting like L shape.
Oh, that doesn't sound comfortable at all.
Oh no, it's optimal
That
though.
sounds awful.
It sounds like you're ready to game. And you're just like completely against that wall. It's like when people do the back correcting thing. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
I've seen this.
Yeah, so it's like that. But you're also gaming. This is important.
But yeah, once I got used to using my legs like that, it was doable. And
Doable. That's your best optimized way of playing was doable.
This game could be exhausting because it is a bunch of like doing this frequently.
Yeah.
Like you're moving your body a decent bit. So they could have tried to tell us as an exercising game in some way because of that. I don't think it's probably a good exercise. Maybe not the best thing to do repeatedly.
Someone in chat says my office chair has armrests, so I figure I could just use those.
No.
You're not understanding.
No.
So if you look at me, viewer, you're just gonna have to hear. You need to be moving your arms forward and backward a decent bit. Armrests do not go far enough out.
Yeah, if your arms are too weird an angle to have a good precision there. Like I said, I have armrests, and that was a problem.
Yeah. This is a very unique game. Honestly, I'm surprised you could have made this game and used like a motion control like PlayStation Move or something and just instead of sliding it on a surface, swing it.
But the whole
Because you
thing,
do.
yeah, I know. But instead, it is still cut up, and we need to show off the mouse controls. Like this game wouldn't exist if it was mouse controls.
I mean, I would argue that someone could have come to the conclusion of the gameplay here with motion controls, but sadly, they probably did just sit there and go, "How the fuck do we make a game with mouse controls for 2 controllers?"
Yeah, and
Just
that's
to
feel like the
really-
whole base of it. So yeah, you can push them forward to push forward. You can like push forward as one to do a sharp turn, or do like both of them in different directions to do an even sharper turn.
Cool.
You can also you have brakes on each one, which you need to actually hit. I think it's the R button and the L button, which is not comfortable on that at all.
No, I didn't really.
And then they have weird moves where you need to do like a bunny hop. So you lift the controller up while hitting the brake and sliding forward. And it kind of becomes a mess because also to throw the ball, you lift the controller up and toss it. So if you have the ball, there's a good chance if you're trying to do one of these cool tricks, you could accidentally throw it.
Yeah.
Because even though they have another button, they have 2 buttons on each controller, so they could easily have, well, okay, you hold this if you want to be throwing the ball, or maybe just have an entirely different button for doing the tricks. Also, the courts were designed with like skateboarding style ramps around them, so you can do cool things like go up the ramp and do a flip and then come back down for build speed.
Yeah, because it does like a quarter pipe thing, like
Yeah.
skate park. Yeah.
And you can even do like go up the quarter pipe and dunk the ball. And it's like there's lots of neat things here, but it feels like none of it's quite fleshed out enough. Like it doesn't really hit a like, okay, I can have full control over this because unfortunately the control scheme's a little wonky and needs more precision. They have a feature in there to make sure the ball stays in play. So like one team cannot hold the ball for I think more than 10 seconds. You need to always be like either passing or trying to make it a dunk because otherwise it will literally just pop out of your hands and be like, nah, you can't do that. And I guess that this is their idea of it, like, well, you can't dribble because you're, we don't have a mechanic for that with wheelchairs or vehicles.
Wheelicles.
Yes. But yeah, I think that this actually legitimately could have taken off if they put more time into it and gave it an art style. But right now, the way it feels just a little undercooked in those gameplay departments like we were just talking about, and it just looks like the plainest game that Nintendo could make. Like there's no character design for any of it.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's like this could have been a cool cast of like disabled people. That would be incredible. Nintendo would have such a huge like, hey, check this out. It's nothing like anything else on the markets representing markets or people that we never see in games.
Right.
Instead, it's like you're a guy in ski mask that's big, small, or medium size.
Excuse me, I'm a little confused, Nintendo. Yeah, what's up? Under gender, I have big and small. What is that? They're like, look, we're woke now. We think that's what that is.
Nothing will ever be funnier than the Dragon Quest 3 remake one where it's like, do you want body type A or body type B? Body type A is male and body type B is female. There actually is stat differences. Why on earth did we even bother? Like, it's not like it jumps you with it. It's flat out. You can pick body type A or body type B. A is a guy and B is a girl.
Just so you know.
Yeah,
you can't pick pronouns even though this game has no fucking voice acting.
Why is it even? Well, yeah, I don't understand that half step. That makes no sense. Between matches, you can actually go around a larger area. Like there's around these courts, like a track and field sort of track that has bowling pins on it you can try hitting, and little things you can practice your bunny hops and your lifting up one side of the chair to like go over little lips and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that little obstacle course is neat. And I'm like, you could have maybe made a game about this stuff that took advantage of this. You could have made like your own weird Tony Hawk almost.
Yeah, that would have been really compelling and interesting.
Instead, it's only this weird multiplayer game, which seems to work okay, but I can't imagine that you'll find enough people to play it, even though that's like 6 total.
But it came out today.
Yeah, and the beta was free, and I had a hard time finding people. So yeah, it's kind of just depressing. I don't know why you did this, Nintendo. I really don't. If you did do it, you should at least put it at launch. Like, give people their weird, like, hey, check out the features of the system game. It's certainly more interesting than the one we did get. The one we made a spoiler cast about.
Is it? Yes, it's... Well, every time I imagine what playing Drag Drive must be like, it feels like being left in a parking lot waiting for your parent. That's just everything they showed of it just seems so devoid of things to actually do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
When you're actually there playing the basketball, it's fine.
It's fine?
Like, it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's not Lifeline-like?
No, it is very much more controllable than Lifeline.
The highest bar.
Yeah. They're just weird little quirks that make it not as good as it could be. And
so how much is this game? Do you know?
it is $20.
Wasn't how much was Welcome Tour? Do you remember?
$10.
It's twice as
Twice
good.
as much.
It's twice as good, obviously.
Obviously.
Well, damn, dude.
I have no idea if there's anything to do with it single player wise in this game, which is concerning for a game that will be dead on arrival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
Yeah, if they just put their back behind it, this could be really neat. But what it is like, I can't trust that.
It's unfinished.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have enough to compel people to buy it, feels like.
But that's all I got to say about Drag Drive.
Okay. Well, I didn't even update the on-screen text, so someone's going to lose their mind. So aside from Drag Drive, what else have you been doing?
The Street Fighter 6 character pass from last year finally went on sale, so I picked it up for the PlayStation. So I could play as Terry on there and actually do the story missions for Terry, because you don't get those till you beat the entire game. And I wasn't going to go to the Switch 2 version and play through that entire god-awful story mode to get to that. I was able to jump right there thanks to this. Man, World Tour mode for Street Fighter 6 is still just such a pain. They made something egregiously unfun.
Why is that, Bob? What is it? Like, just quickly boil down to people who've never played this mode what the deal is and why it's so unfun. What do you do?
So you make your own character. That part's cool. You get to run around this big world is your dude.
Yeah.
And fight random guys. But it's obsessed with doing everything in a preset order, and you just have to follow what they want you to do at every moment, and it's always just fight 3 guys in a way that feels kind of bad. Like, okay, you've trained with these masters, so you have a style from one of them, and you can add extra moves, which is kind of neat, so you can mix and match fighting styles. But then everything is so heavily stat driven, and you need to go buy actual health healing items between rounds. It's like, that's not fun. Luckily,
RPG mechanics are used wrong so often.
And like, luckily I had this dude fully leveled up past what they expected. Like, I'm level 50 and every enemy in this area is level 45. So if that wasn't the case, it would be a total pain. But luckily I did level them, so I just needed to accept, okay, between every match I'll still need to go get healing items. And then once in a while, I'll be like, you have to play as this character you didn't make yourself. And he sucks. Like, he's got a moveset that's not even from a real fighting game character in the game. He's like, you hit the attack button, he does one really slow punch. And then you hit the kick button, he does a roll. And you have to just deal with that. I'm like, that sucks so bad. And it's so slow. You have to go through so many dialogue things that mean basically nothing. Is they're like, oh man, we're doing a new tournament in the street here. It's so exciting. Go talk to 3 random people and fight them. And by 3 random people, I mean these ones I've highlighted on your map. Walk between them. They are standing this far apart and take exactly this line to get to.
Cool. Okay.
The next part of the missions takes place in another location. You need to load into that. Okay, you talked to one guy there. Come back to the main location. Load to the back there. Use a plane ticket, which costs money in game. Luckily, I had like 60 plane tickets, so it wasn't a problem. But I ended up needing to fly back and forth between these 2 places like 5 different times. And it's like, you had written no reason for this. None of it's exciting. The only good part of the cutscenes you release separately is trailers for Terry and for the other characters. I understand like the broad strokes of why they would make a mode like this, because having those cutscenes released is cool and those cutscenes are neat. But really, just make an easy way to get to those cutscenes. Don't make me do this just busy work.
Yeah, I'm really starting, like, this is an aside, it's like only semi-related, but I'm really starting to find reviews completely useless, because modes like this reviewers love. No matter how shitty it is and how long it takes and how much filling there is. It's just like, no, that's good. That's the good shit. And I'm like, I can't trust any review now. And I also think they're now making games worse by way too many developers believing them and all tuning their games the exact same way.
Yeah, the reason I did this is you have to max out your character bond with Terry to get an extra outfit for free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get why it should be good.
Right, and it's like, if you had me just do like his arcade mode or something to get it, great.
Right.
Instead, I have to do this kind of a nightmare. And then I give him a bunch of random gift items, which cost money in game, which I basically ran out of money doing this. Just giving him like 100 different gifts. Yeah, it's really frustrating.
Yeah, this mode, like, conceptually it makes sense. It has good parts in it, but I feel like Capcom like kind of got caught in their own bear trap, where now, like, okay, here's our collaboration with this other thing. It's Avatar costumes. Okay, here's our new update. its avatar costumes, and I'm like, genuine question in the comments: if you play whatever online mode uses your avatar fighter, please sound off, because I don't know a single person who plays fighting games who has ever done that.
It seems at least they are getting over that. This seems like this year on might be the end of that, because with that crossover earlier this year with the random K-pop group, it's actually a costume for jury. It's not like any avatar costume. So hopefully we're past that. We'll see. But that's all I really have to say about the World Tour mode. Still rough. And I hear that this is actually after they got a little better at doing it, because I guess people just couldn't find Bison.
That's how sinister his plan is. We can't even fucking find him.
This at least, I say that, but oh my god, to even figure out how to find Harry, I needed to look up a guide. So the way it worked is you load into the main mission, like the main map of this weird mode, and there's no markers, nothing. I find out, go back to your home base, sleep, and there's a place in there to be like, load up the Terry campaign. It's not labeled that though. It's labeled like the beat 'em up challenge or something. And then he's in that. I'm like, give me a hint. I gave you money. I want to know where the thing I bought is.
What a soundbite. Give me a hint. I gave you money. Anyways, for people who are listening, but maybe didn't catch it, that was us talking about Street Fighter 6 World Tour mode. Bob, what else have you been playing?
The mystery of Terry.
The mystery of Terry.
Who is he? Where did he come from? And where is he going?
Then who was Terry?
They also got a lot of cool art made for this mode, like the bunch of just different drawings from famous Street Fighter artists of Terry and of Rock, and like them hanging out and all sorts of nice stuff. Like, this is cool things. Why is it hidden here? But other than that, I didn't really play much.
I mean, after Lifeline and doing some betas and Street Fighter 6 making you fly transcontinental flights multiple times in a row, I understand.
Yeah, no, that took... I went into that Street Fighter thing like, I can get back to Wuchang after this. This is going to take no time at all. And it was like, I think it took 2 hours or something to get his costume unlocked. And then I played a few matches like, this is neat, but oh my god. I'm so upset right now.
You're like, no, I needed something other than upset. I had it up on that Friday.
Yes.
Oh, and watching all those Superman movies.
Yeah.
Don't remind me, Chad. I want to move past that.
I guess I did play a little bit more Wuchang since last week.
Okay.
I got to what was obviously one of the massive difficulty spikes I heard complained about. Which is awful. I sure hope they fix that.
Oh, they still haven't.
They hadn't when I did it. There was an update today. I didn't play since then.
Okay.
Yeah, there seems to have been an update this week that changed many things.
So hopefully that's one of the things, because there's just the point where it's like you fight like big monsters and some other guys your size, and everything feels like kind of reasonably balanced. And I get to this one character, and she just dismantles me instantly. So like she's basically my character, but faster in every way and does twice as much damage. So that was a little rough.
How do they stack up to the difficulty spike of that black goo Raven boss in Stellar Blade?
Oof.
It's not there. That was
It's not
kind of
that bad?
intense. Yeah, I don't think it was that bad. But I think I had an abnormally hard time with that, because I then went in Stellar Blade and beat the next boss that people had trouble with easily. So
Yeah, I had more problem with her than the goo form.
yeah, so I'm thinking the goo form just hit my brain wrong. But yeah, this was pretty rough.
Someone in chat remembered unidentified Natiba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's really the
okay.
only games I've been playing. I did some cooking stuff.
We're playing Spider-Man 3 tomorrow.
So good.
So good. So good. Why don't they sell Mudkip candies?
I don't know.
I want Mudkip gummies to eat during the stream and being like, so good.
So good.
I am very surprised there isn't like just Pokemon gummies.
There
like
are Pokemon gummies.
You go to a
I have seen
you
them
can-
around.
Yeah, those are at grocery stores. Like they have Pikachu and stuff. I don't know if Mudkip's in there.
Yeah,
Probably
there's no
not.
way Mudkip's
yeah. See,
in
I'm
there.
thinking of I go into the Pokemon candy store at that Nintendo part of Universal, and there's just like a giant tub of every single Pokemon as a gummy, and you just funnel it in by weight.
It's like I didn't recognize any of them. Yeah, there was like a high concentration of 7th gen on that corner. You just ended up all that. Sorry.
They all eat the same.
It looks like a Pokemon.
Like it's like
I'm in
every
the
Pokemon
store,
ever
like-
made, but it's just like the Game Boy outlines of like the basic types.
Oh my god.
I'm like standing in the candy store staring like it's that scene from Ferris Bueller where they're looking at the painting and then they reverse shot and it's just that dancing kid from 7th gen and I cannot remember who he is. And that's why I'm staring.
Oh,
So that's 6th. Because that would be X and Y.
Mm-hmm.
Black and White was 5th.
Oh.
Yep. Don't worry.
I remember
think
I remember most of the Sun and Moon Pokemon. They're delightful.
I'm sorry. I would struggle a little bit. I'd feel like I would struggle a little bit. See, 6 doesn't have that many new Pokemon, so that makes it a little bit easier.
No, it doesn't. It does have like one winner though, since it has the Aegislash line.
Yeah. No, those are awesome.
It also has
It's got.
it also has the keychain. It also has Pangoro,
Actually,
the
wait.
delinquent panda.
Is Aegislash? Yeah, Aegislash 6th gen. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 5th. Fifth is Chandelure, and then 6th is
Chandelure. Yeah.
Don't fucking worry, I know ghost types.
That's interesting. That's. Would you say you're a maniac for them?
Not yet.
I see. Yeah, no, it'd be really good to just get a pile of those. It'd be like, I don't know what these are. And it's like, DLC, 8th gen. Bro.
They
Not
added
a
like
chance.
3, so I feel like it'd be pretty rough.
Bro. No, they should have the one with the giant brain.
Yeah, the Aqua
The
Teen
weird
one.
tiny. The Aqua Teen one. When do I escape this hell? God damn it. God. Anyways, I'm very excited for Spider-Man 3. It's going to be good because it deviates from the movie in ways that are just funny. And this is the first non-Insomniac Spider-Man game we've played on this channel.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played this one basically at all. Like I've played a lot of Spider-Man games because Spider-Man used to be my favorite superhero.
Wait. Used to be?
It's-
One moment. Do you have a new favorite, or
I don't
is he
think
just
so.
lesser now?
Yeah, I think it's just lesser now.
Yeah, it feels almost like gauche to now say you have a favorite superhero now that every single thing in the world revolves around these goddamn media properties.
Treyarch, by the way, chat was curious who made Spider-Man 3
Before they
here.
got in the mines.
Fail every QTE, we really should. Because
Yeah.
damn, I've seen it and it's funny.
This is gonna be either shockingly smooth and like, wow, this game isn't nearly as bad as people said, or it's going to somehow be so much worse. It'll be like either be fine or one of the worst games you've ever played.
Well, we just came from Lifeline. I'm gonna guess it's probably more put together than Lifeline.
Right, it
on a
just has to
functional
be
level.
that now.
We don't know though. All I know is I watched Kyle Bosman play a little bit of this on a stream 3-4 years ago, and I laughed my ass off. It was a great time. Stellar video game. Very excited. Aggro, what have you been playing?
I played through Mafia: The Old Country.
Oh, screw it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean it was only like 14 hours.
I didn't
Whoa.
get to play it at all because my copy didn't get here till Tuesday because GameStop fucked me a little bit.
Uh-huh. That game is Uncharted 3.
Wait.
Is that whole sentence.
Wait.
Is anyone a genie?
Do we Do I have ourselves a problem with a guy who runs around a corner and instantly disappears from the whole continent?
Do we
Does
have
the
bizarre
main
set
character
pieces of-
fucking does the main character have to go fight Garlic Jr. and then show up exactly back where he was?
Right?
Mechanically, this game is Uncharted 3.
Okay.
Okay, that's a
Handling
much less
wise and
scary
guns and-
sentence.
It is also it seems to me to very clearly have started life as an open world game, and then these guys did the impossible. They went
Cool.
pivot
No,
and
that's
ripped all that shit
that's
out
good.
successfully.
that's smart. That's literally what Alan Wake 1 did.
Because Mind's Eye certainly did not successfully do that.
Alan Wake and Ride to Hell, they both did it.
I'm 10 hours into this game going, okay, every time I get on a horse or a car, the cutscene ends and they're like, go get a car and go to this place. Why do I have the option of buying 8 horses and 12 different vehicles?
Oh, that's funny. That really is like Ride to Hell.
That's wild.
It also, like this, if I first started getting hints of this when, this has the Uncharted thing where you can hold a pistol and a long gun, and you've also got grenades, and it's exactly Uncharted with the way it shoots and with the way the gun pickups work. So like Uncharted, you see like silhouettes of these guns when you get near them and the option to switch them out. And you go through several firefights where you can pick up enemy guns before the game gives you access to a menu that gives you like weapon stats, and so you can see which weapons do more damage and what the trade-offs are. So it was like, okay, these are all very period accurate guns, which means a lot of them look the fucking same. So the silhouettes are not helpful. And much like, actually, I think that was more Uncharted 2, where you had the one of the pistol-sized guns was actually just a sawed-off double-barreled shotgun.
Yes.
Which is always a whole lot of fun.
Hell yeah, it is.
So the game starts in like 1902. So it's 1902.
Mm-hmm.
This is a story that involves the Mafia.
Uh-huh.
I want you to imagine what the major beats in that story could be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Great. Awesome.
You got it. You've already thought of it.
Cool.
You now know the story of the game.
Sick. I love knowing what's in the box. When I get that thing on a disc, I want to know for certain that it is what I want.
Yeah, it was called Mafia the Old Country. It sure was.
It sure was.
Yup.
Sick.
Like hour 1 of the game, I'm mucking out a stable with a shovel, and a girl wanders by the door, and we have a brief conversation. I'm like, "Yup, that's the rest of this game. I know everything that's about to happen."
Holy shit, that deep, huh?
And like not derogatorily.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
it's just that's how it is.
Holy shit. Okay. All right. Okay.
While we were going through that classic narrative progression, I took a moment to think: Are the Mafia the only group of like traditionally violent people for whom almost every story is, man, joining this group is great? Wait a minute. No, it's not. Like knights, pirates, samurai, a lot of these groups, you don't have the built-in story arc of like, this is amazing, I love this, all of these role models are good. Oh wait, no, everything about this life is shit and I want out.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little outstanding in that exact arc being the main thing that is told.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess it's also the same way with Yakuza, but that's basically the same thing again.
Right. It's the organized crime family sort of thing.
Yeah.
La Familia, which is Japanese for
So because this game used to be an open world game and now isn't, you've got a lot of interesting artifacts left over, like the whole open world you keep driving through to get to missions. And a lot of, like, several of the missions involve, like, you start over here and you got to get to the other end of the map, and there are guards patrolling around, and you can stealth the guards. You can sneak up behind them and either stab them with your knife, which takes durability off your knife, or you can choke them out, which means you have to, like, hit the square button repeatedly before the timer runs out.
Okay.
Basically, every guard in this game is patrolling no more than 15 feet away from a large light blue trunk in which you can deposit their body so that other guards won't patrol by and find them.
This sounds awesome.
Which is doubly weird because there's like 3 times in that game where I think one guard patrolled over to where another guard would have been. Because every area starts with you walking up to the chest-high wall, listening to 2 guards talk about current events, pause for that long, and then each walk in a different direction. Or one of them walks away and the other one just faces away from you.
What is the name of your main character? I'm curious. What do they call him?
His name is Enzo. People generally call him either Karuzu or Mine Boy.
Okay.
Because you start the game as basically a slave in a silver mine.
Okay. I see. Okay. See, I was sitting here trying to imagine, because I get the Arkham vibes from that.
Right.
Where it's just like, I heard the bat was in town. Oh, we gotta get this stuff done for the penguin. And then they leave. And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about with our main dude here, right?
No, like there is the same thing happens in this game that happens in Uncharted games, where at a certain point in the story, you're like, you have got to recognize that I have killed hundreds. Like, no, Enzo, don't go by yourself. It's dangerous. Like, I sit on a mountain of skulls.
Right. Yeah.
Which is also weird because it keeps happening. We're like, oh no, I should handle this by myself. Like, my brother in Christ. The whole point of joining an organized crime family is that you have other people to back you up when shit like this happens.
It's some sort of family.
Like Walmart.
Not like Walmart.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Walmart was the first corporation.
We're all associated, and there's a lot of crime happening.
Fair.
First corporation I ever worked for. That's just to be clear, we're like family, so don't ever take any legal action against us. And unions are bad.
Oh my god. Okay, so like I said, it's Uncharted, so you got 2 guns. When you start a mission, sometimes you get access to a weapon locker, so you can choose the guns you have before you go. That's a system that was in the game when it was an open world game, so sometimes that's there, and then other times you just start with the guns the story gives you.
That's awesome.
You have equipment that gives you like bonuses, and you can swap them out. You've got the main bonus and like the sub bonuses, and you can upgrade the equipment to get more slots for the sub bonuses, and it's stuff like reload faster with this weapon or carry more bandages and stuff like that. The equipment is a rosary. You can swap out the main medallion or several kinds of beads on the rosary. It might be the most drippingly thematic thing I've come across.
No, that's sick as shit.
That's awesome.
You also, because it's 1902 and you're in the Mafia, you have you have your selection of 3 different types of big ass folding knives. And pretty much every chapter ends with you knife fight dueling a dude.
That's awesome.
Is it the same knife fight from the Order 1883?
Oh my god. Isn't it 1886?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it's 1886.
It is 1886, and I don't remember the knife fight from that game.
Oh.
You do it twice against a werewolf.
Against a werewolf. The same werewolf. That game is done for sure.
Yes. Oh yeah, I meant to ask, does it have anything like the steel fist combo stuff from Uncharted? Where you like shoot him then punch him?
No.
That's a thing?
Yeah. Like you shoot him and you run up and you do a cool scripted melee attack. There is like if you hold L1, you switch between either of your two guns, your knife or your fist. So it seems to me there is a melee attack option in that game. I never ever tried it because if you're out in the open when the enemies are aware of you, you don't have a health bar anymore.
Oh yeah.
They just turn to you and you are deleted. The knife fights though, they are like they're scripted duels, so the camera zooms in and you're now one-on-one with the guy, and you've got a dodge and you've got a parry and you've got a stab and a slash. I don't know if there's a difference between the stab and the slash. The parry works most of the time. Sometimes it just decides that we're not doing that. The dodge is specifically for the extra strong attacks that have the orange flash indicator that this is the strong attack you need to dodge. The dodge is not automatic. So if you see the flash and you hit the dodge button, you better hope you did dodge all of the way out of the way, or that swing's coming for you anyway. Couple those 2 points with the fact that a lot of the scripted animations in the knife fights, because they're big story moments, are you rinsing this guy at knife fighting, and then you do the cutscene part where he kicks your ass for a minute and talks shit, and then you go back into the knife fight. It's somewhat disheartening.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Honestly, the whole system being in the game is a little surprising.
Yeah, it's one of the first things you have to do.
Huh. Yeah, I guess some of the trailers showed it. I just figured you wouldn't play that. I thought that was just a cutscene.
Oh, yeah. No, there's a lot of dialogue in this game I think I didn't hear because I cracked the code on quickly reducing the health bar of people in knife fights. So it'd be like, I always...
Wonder what you meant by that.
This game is a weird grab bag of like, oh man, that section was really cool, and then, oh man, that section was horseshit, and you shouldn't make a game like this.
The 7th gen special.
This game is incredibly 7th gen. It is monstrously 7th gen, up to and including. And now we're doing the car chase segment that is not optional. The objective lists follow this fucker and kill him. But you don't actually have to keep up with him or shoot him enough to win. You just have to follow him a certain distance until the scripted chase scene slows you down enough for him to reach his destination, get out of the car, and run away before you arrive.
Bob, it sounds like we need to play this game.
It does sound like that.
Sorry, Spider-Man 3.
You should play this game.
You're going back in the shelf.
Real good.
No Spider-Man 3 tomorrow. You all got to show up and watch Mafia, the old country.
You'll do that, right? Oh, why you shake your head no?
Where are you going?
What is this?
Where are you going?
I think more people would show up for that than Pixel Junk Shooter.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. No, we put that on the list because we were like, haha, they won't donate for good games. And then they did. I'm like, well, they won't watch them. But,
yeah.
I appreciate the donation. And I'm honor bound, so we're going to stream it.
This game is also basically Duolingo if all you want to learn is how to swear in Italian.
Fucking based.
It's real good. I was not aware of the phrase figgy puttana before booting this game.
Oh.
And I have now heard it 6,000 times.
Dope. This game again was like discounted. It was 50 or 40, right?
It was 50.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This is pretty compelling stuff. Do we have any runners up? Any other competitors for most 7th gen game? Because I feel like we haven't been sacked upside the head or smacked.
Mind's Eye.
Mind's Eye. That's the one. But here's the thing. that is a tier of game that doesn't even come across the 7th gen, because
It
7th
does-
gen games would fill the world with things to do.
I know, it feels like an aborted PS2 open world game. Like,
yeah, it literally feels like a leaked build of a game. Like
Yes.
John Linneman hit the nail on the head there.
Like this game seriously feels like an extensive PC mod of Uncharted 3.
That's kind of fucking awesome, honestly.
It kind of is, except that you don't move as fast as Nathan Drake in combat, and sometimes my muscle memory forgot that, and I would run out into the middle of an area and be immediately dead.
Okay, we got some candidates in chat. People just reminding us. Blades of Fire, Minds Like, Captain Blood, and Doom the Dark Ages. Those are the current nominees. I feel like Blades of Fire
Blades of Fire is strong.
It's too big.
and Two Souls inspired.
Yeah, because that wasn't a trademark of that gen.
No.
That was more a trademark of 8th gen when everyone went, well, we can make that too.
Mm-hmm.
7th gen games of the year. I wouldn't count Doom.
Yeah.
Like it's pulling
has-
it's pulling so much more, it feels like, from God of War 2018 than
I don't
like
know.
anything
it still just cuts
earlier.
into the
like it has
Dragonflight.
these big set PC segments, but those levels, those big open levels that you run around are just like the lake in God of War.
But they're way like they have so much less happening. So I don't know. And
Yeah, it's a
also,
Microsoft game.
like
For me, like I co-hosted that stream with Seahorse.
Uh-huh.
So much of it was turret segment,
Yeah, it's
dragon segment,
get on the
more dragon segment, where it's this really brain dead level of engaging with the combat.
yeah.
Apparently that most recent patch they did also like overhauled the dragon and the titan in some way.
Oh god,
You can't fix
So once
those.
again, just never play a game at launch.
Like,
never
we're-
play a game at launch. There's no fucking reason.
We're literally quickly heading towards don't play a game the year it came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about Doom again.
Oh no, am I being punished for this?
Man of Steel.
Oh,
The entire aesthetics for Doom, the Dark Ages, and a lot of the new Doom stuff is stolen straight from that movie.
It looks very Krypton.
Okay, now I have to watch it. Thanks, Bob.
He pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah, the dragon you ride is basically the one that
Jarrell.
Russell Crowe drives.
he drives the dragon."
Yeah, he
Russell
rides.
Crowe driving around the world. Yeah, Jarrell. Yeah, but the design of the technology too is very, very Doom.
It is
Very new Doom.
like extremely like a lot of times if you close up on something, you're like that looks exactly like the holder for his armor and stuff. Like it just
Yeah, even there's like a maker stuff that really looks like the technology the Kryptonians use in a lot of cases, and I was like, huh, I would have never known. I've seen 300 and Batman v Superman.
and Justice League.
None of those really showcased original art design for Kryptonians. Not a whole lot.
Yeah, not
But
in
I
a big
will
way.
note, now that you've said that about Man of Steel, I do realize the chamber in which Zod's body is with the water and stuff does also look very Doom in Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird.
So it's 1902. So there's a lot of really cool looking cars. And you can buy a lot of them and use them in like 2 or 3 missions. Because usually you have story issued vehicles. And the base cars in this game, you know, they've got those tiny wheels. You're on like dirt and gravel roads. They slide like you kicked a Pinewood Derby car across linoleum. If you just hold the accelerator down, you are not staying on the road. You can buy upgraded cars that have like full grip stats, and it's a whole different experience, and it's amazing. And I got to use it once. I don't know what else would have been in this game. Like, what was going to be in the open world?
Well-
what the other stuff to do was.
Well, aggro, as someone who played a decent amount of Mafia 1 and 2, I can tell you.
Uh-huh.
Fucking nothing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say
Ah.
too. They literally had open worlds with nothing.
Okay, well then
Yeah,
maybe
no
it wasn't a
side
pivot.
quests.
Maybe this is just
Yeah.
their ethos of design.
Maybe? Yeah, I don't think there was a single thing you could do in
'cause,
those
like there's you
games
can loot
otherwise. Like you could
enemies.
pick.
You can loot enemies for a currency called denarii that you spend on like different like new cars and horses and paint for your cars and horses and unlocking weapons so they're available in the weapon trunk that you usually don't get access to before starting a mission. Like the structure had to be different.
Mm-hmm.
The map does a really cool thing. Like the actual map that you look at when you hit the pause button. Because it's one of those, like, we're looking top down at a 3-dimensional representation of the actual play space.
Huh.
But then you scroll up to the top and it bends away from you as it reaches a mountain range. Like the map
Oh.
was printed on a tablecloth and hung over the end of a table. It's a really neat artistic thing that I've never seen before.
Yeah, that's really neat sounding. Huh.
Yeah, but that's Mafia: The Old Country. It was $50, 15 hours, and there are frustrating parts, but the game's really neat. I kind of left ambivalent about it. Like,
Wow.
like, you know, I lived through 7th Gen. I'm like, wow, this section's not great, but the next section coming up was really fun. So I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say this section's not great, but that's authentic. That is how that goes. Okay. Did you play anything else?
I did. I got to play the new Tokyo level in Walkabout Mini Golf.
Oh.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am just going to start throwing screenshots into the Discord.
Cool. Why isn't Dylan Cuthbert convincing them to throw up levels based on Osaka? I don't understand. Or Kyoto.
Yeah, Kyoto. I was like,
Kyoto.
it's not Osaka. Where is it?
Yeah. He needs to be convincing them to psyop people. Yo, that looks like those cats from the game. What do? What was the name of that cat name?
Neko Atsume?
Yeah, Neko Atsume.
Yeah, Atsume.
So Mighty Coconut remain undefeatable level design Giga Chads. This level starts off with you standing in a train car when the doors open, and then you're just on like a crowded street right off the Ginza line. There are a ton of like back alleys and sushi shops and izakaya and like twisting little off rooms and like adorable cats hanging out. There's a bathhouse with capybara in it. There's a huge temple at the end with a bunch of lucky cats hanging around. The holes are they seem to have hit a perfect balance between, oh, the shape of this particular hole is very interesting. This will be a fun thing to play. And the person who designed this mini golf hole should be in prison forever.
What? What did they do?
They know what they did.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry that happened to you.
There was also one section of the level is a giant, I didn't get any pictures of it, a giant capybara themed video arcade. And one of the hidden balls on that course was just in the slot on a gashapon machine.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, they had the Hachiko statue. Walkabout Mini Golf continues to just be the best thing on the PSVR 2.
It is an unstoppable beast. It's too strong of a game. Beat Saber kneeled. That's the real reason they had to get out. They couldn't compete. Fair. Most people can't. Man, this looks awesome.
It is awesome.
It is funny anytime you talk about a Walkabout Mini Golf level and it basically sounds about like people talking about VR chat worlds. When you just describe the atmosphere and other things.
God, that looks so cool. I'm still jilted that I bought the upside down town course, and I'm like, I can't fucking do it upside down. That's bullshit. I didn't expect that I'd have to golf on the ceiling.
Yeah,
that's horseshit.
Upside Down takes no prisoners.
They're like, what did you think you'd be doing, golfing on the ground? And you're like, yes, but now you make me feel stupid for thinking that.
Right? Like you go to the first hole in Upside Down, and you putt the ball, and it hits the field that reverses gravity, and it lands on the ceiling. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna hit the warp to ball button, and I'm gonna be upside down, and that's gonna be really disorienting. Hits warp to ball button, still on floor with ball directly above you. Oh, this is a different challenge. But yeah, that is all I have been playing because I bought 100 Line Defense Academy, but haven't had a chance to boot it yet.
No, you should have told me
Wow,
that.
just like me, except for several months longer since I bought it before it came out.
Jesus.
I mean, when the dude's like, yeah, I hope I'm not homeless after this. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how that works? Can we just be saying that for our podcast?
I mean, you
We sell
can
products.
if you want to be a piece of shit. You want to be one of those streamers who are like, chat, do you want me to be homeless? We need $300 right now before we start the stream.
I love the
or else
bitchy
I'm
tone.
going to be
This is-
homeless.
This is the new meta. We're gonna have to do this every Friday.
Yeah, we act like it's just chatting, but no, it's just begging until they give us money to start the game.
And we're not gonna play the game until you give us the $300. We're gonna just stare at you and complain at you. Hey Chris, what have you been playing?
That's sustainable, right?
Yeah, that's
People love that. They won't leave.
yeah, of course.
Well, starting with something, we'll start with what I ate.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
I had the Wendy's Meal of Misfortune, which is their tie-in to the Netflix Wednesday Addams show.
Season 2.
The Meal of Season 2. The Meal of Misfortune is a 10-piece chicken nuggets meal.
Oh, the misfortune.
Except you don't get a drink. You get the Raven's Blood Frosty, which is either a vanilla or chocolate frosty that has raspberry syrup in it, so it kind of resembles blood.
That sounds good.
I don't know how this went for you.
It is good. It is good.
It was not a Frosty. It was soft serve ice cream in a cup.
Is that not what?
Huh. Yeah, that's. I always identified Frosties as soft serve. I don't delineate them at all.
No, Frosties have a much smoother texture. Like this was still ice cream.
Honestly, I
Oh.
always associate Frosties with kind of a grainy texture.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to
I
eat
did-
this with a
I-
spoon.
Well,
yeah,
how
so,
do you-
yeah, I had to eat mine with a spoon.
wait.
Yeah,
How else do you eat
never
a
liked-
Frosty?
I mean, you can drink a Frosty with a straw.
I've never been able to.
You are a coward.
I've tried and have never been able to.
They very quickly reach a temperature where you could easily.
Huh.
Yeah. I tend to put mine in the freezer when I'm not eating them while I'm eating the actual food. So then when I get it, it's pretty solid.
Can I just talk about how stupid this bag is? There is nothing happy about this meal.
That is a very Addams Family tagline. Let's be real. I think that's fitting for the branding. But the star attraction of the Meal of Misfortune are the dips of dread.
Ooh. I'm scared.
You can see them there. You can see them there on the right. They have question marks on them because you don't get to fucking know what they are unless you read the ingredients list because they're legally obligated to tell you what they fucking are. But there's 4 of them.
They're going to get the Riddler's ass like this someday. You can't do that. You have to tell them what's inside the box. And he's like, God damn it.
The gimmick is they're all spicy. So it's like, which of these devilishly spicy sauce dips will you get? They are all other condiments with some form of like heat added. I don't know by what means they added this heat. One just tastes exactly like spicy ketchup from Whataburger. Like it's the exact same shit.
That's kind of sad.
Which is good. Spicy ketchup from Whataburger is delicious. The other one I got was spicy ranch.
Okay.
And what I
I've
have
seen that a lot.
ascertained from other people I have spoken to, the other two are spicy mustard and like a sweet chili sauce that has more of a heat to it than a normal sweet chili sauce.
Yeah, mine tasted like sweet and sour sauce. That I don't know, maybe like a little barbecue in there, but it was mostly sweet and sour sauce with some spice.
I endorse it if you're going to Wendy's.
Yeah, this might make me go to Wendy's. I just didn't want to get it before the podcast because it has a dairy item in it.
And that would be against Bob's
that makes sense.
religion.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, for anyone who's unclear what that meant.
And when it's not a podcast day, my religion doesn't matter. Doesn't care. It just is like it's really specific.
Bob's fasting on Thursdays. You don't know, but he is. The only thing his religion allows him to eat on Thursday are Costco hot dogs.
In cookout burgers.
Well, by the time we get there, it's Friday.
That's true.
Got to say, ordering this meal revealed something of a blind spot I had about myself and my personal journey. I thought that I had moved beyond shame in its entirety.
Okay.
Oh.
But the act of leaning into a speaker and declaring that I would like to order the meal of misfortune was a shudderingly embarrassing event for me.
Yes, no, I was going to say, and
That's your problem for not using the app. That's on you.
I wanted to say this whole fucking thing has the vibes of like a parent telling their kid they're eating epic food. They're just trying to hype up this fucking shit. I'm looking at this meal and I'm like, are you fucking serious? This is our grim dark Addams Family meal. It's just chicken nuggets.
It's not much, but it's so much more than those McDonald's meals. They're like, it's for this artist, where it's for this thing.
I mean, sure, but that's the lowest bar in human history.
It's just the bar has been lowered so much.
I'm just saying, at least
There's like the Whataburger one, where they're like, Hank Hill would order the number 2.
Yes, that is my favorite one because it's like, yes, he would.
You're not wrong.
That man has never given a special order to a restaurant ever.
Okay, first off, it was not the Travis Scott burger. It was the Travis Scott meal. He likes to dip his fries in the barbecue sauce.
Yes.
Thank you.
That made me start doing that, and now I do that every time I get McDonald's.
See?
It's not a bad idea.
And that's the thing. That is his meal he eats at McDonald's. This is a meal crafted in the image of the Addams Family. Wednesday does not eat food at Wendy's. When she goes to Wendy's, she's not a real human. We're pretending Travis Scott goes to McDonald's and he likes to dip his fries in the barbecue sauce. No way you remember the commercial. My fucking PS5 is named barbecue sauce. My fucking
I
PS5
honestly think of that
is
commercial
still
every
named barbecue sauce.
So it is so dear listener, it has changed a little bit, but as we changed how we do podcasts. But for a long time, we always ended after 11 p.m. Which meant there were only 2 things open: McDonald's and Whataburger and Taco Bell. But Taco Bell's really far, and then Whataburger is slightly closer, but still a little far, and then McDonald's is the absolute closest one. So most times I just take McDonald's. So yes, I thought of that meal constantly every time I dip my fries into barbecue sauce for several years. It is now permanently ingrained in my brain. There are new folds that were grown for the Travis Scott meal.
Yeah, that was also around the time Bob and I were also eating a lot of McDonald's because the what do they call that burger? The Big Double or whatever?
The McDouble, I think.
Is it the McDouble?
think
Anyways,
so.
it was really affordable for the amount of food.
Right.
And I honestly thought the Niceville McDonald's were pretty all right.
Yeah. It was weird coming up here, but like, oh, McDonald's. I guess this is what it's supposed to be like. It just sucks.
That's weird. That's depressing. It's really weird that the Costa family McDonald's thing, where they're just like, we're all owned by this corporation. They could literally call themselves that. They're like, welcome to the Costa family McDonald's. And I'm just like, how stupid. Who fucking cares who runs these? Then we moved, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yes, I care.
I guess I cared. Shit. Yeah, so we were eating a lot of that too. So that would be why my fucking PS5 is called barbecue sauce. That and we were cackling over how stupid that commercial was. However, I think this isn't more stupid. It's just more condescending. There's something condescendingly stupid about, hey, here's your epic blood frosty. Here's yours. Ooh, you're deadly.
You have no whimsy in your soul. I was completely fine with this.
You were delighted?
Yes, I was delighted. I love the Addams family.
Well, you shouldn't be delighted because there's nothing happy about this meal.
I'm a masochist, so that makes me happy.
Oh, shit. Chad, please be excited for when we stream, when we do an Addams Family theme month for video games, and Bob has to shave his head bald.
Were you expecting the Ninja Turtles?
I was like, well, what can we really do to sell this to Dan to make it like actually go the extra mile? Why aren't the chicken nuggets dyed red?
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
yeah,
you can get
is
spicy
food
ones, which are
dyed.
kind of dyed red, and also have no moisture in them whatsoever. Bizarrely, I don't understand why that is the case.
Bob, you want me to be sold on this? You want to be like, when will Dan relent and admit that this is an Addams Family meal? Sell me a sandwich that's nothing but bacon and mayonnaise. They'd eat it. Addams Family's full of freaks. They would absolutely just take 2 buns, fill it with nothing but bacon and mayonnaise, and they would eat it.
I mean, I've done that. I've done that in my life. Not recently. I don't think even since doing these podcasts, but there have been many times where I'm just like, I'm just putting half a pound of bacon on this hamburger bun, and that's going to be a meal.
Oh, I see me in chat. That's the Baconator. No one said anything about a burger.
About a hamburger.
Yeah.
Just the buns
Just
and the
bacon and mayo.
Now,
and
Dan,
cheese.
you're really just talking about a slightly more advanced, actually more things on it than a bacon buddy.
What's a bacon buddy?
It is a British sandwich that is bacon and butter on bread, and that's all.
Can they not buy guns to end their lives in England, and they just got to take their time eating this?
I think sometimes you're allowed to have HP sauce, their brown sauce.
yeah.
Sorry. H. You gotta say HP.
HP.
Bob, I thought your question.
Have you-
What's up?
Have you noticed that like older people say "are" correctly, but we don't? Like "our," they always very clearly delineate "our" to me, as in like "are," as in like the group group possessive.
As an O-U-R. Hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like they always go "our."
Whatever.
Are.
I'm gonna start saying outfit so that way I can fit it with the Canadian friends I have.
I was watching, I think it was a Chinese cooking demystified video, and he's going over different cuisines, and like in some completely lost the cuisines over time, and just shows a picture of the beans.
Yeah, okay. I have. My mother tried to not use a Southern accent while raising me and my brother to some success. Mm-hmm. She, like, I don't say wash. She intentionally had to not say wash raising me, so I didn't grow up to say, instead of wash, Bob, in case you are
Okay.
not aware.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sure on that one.
Wash your hands.
Huh.
Yeah. But that does mean there are a number of double pronunciations that I've kind of had packing in there that are just weird, and I swap between them occasionally. So sometimes I'll say our, and other times I'll say our. It took me until like 27 to realize, yo, why do I say jaguar? And a lot of people do that. A lot of people say jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like jaguar. And then I thought it would be fun to just say jaguar and just over pronunciate it, you know? Let's go. Just enunciate the fuck out of that jaguar. Anyways, Bob, earlier when you were like, how can we sell Dan on this meal?
Uh-huh.
I thought you were going to be like, what would an Addams Family theme month be in games? And I'm like, just Fester's Quest. Because it's going to kill us.
I was like, aren't there enough Addams
We're
Family games
gonna-
where we could technically do a month?
We're
but
going
it'd
to
be a
just
nightmare?
die as we try to beat that nightmarish piece of shit, Fester's Quest. I grew up with that. I grew up with that game. I went from E.T. on the Atari to Fester's Quest, and somehow at no point did I go, I should stop playing video games. When will
Oh
I
man, they
learn?
released an Addams Family game within the past 5 years
I gotta go. I can't
because
be
they
here.
did those 2 CG movies.
Huh.
Ugh.
They did 2 of those?
Yeah, they
I
did
heard-
the Addams. Yeah, they did 1 and 2.
Huh.
The worst part is I tried. The reason I made that sound of is because I just remembered Pugsley's face in the CG one. Like you referenced that a CG movie exists, and I remembered her brother's face in CG, and I was like, ugh. That was like it.
Those movies are quite hideous, but they look. I'm pretty sure they're very close to the actual cartoons from the newspaper.
Yeah, the comics. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. You know the worst part about Fester's Quest? Here's the worst part about Fester's Quest. The soundtrack's a banger, so it tricks you.
Huh.
Your brain's like, whoa, listen to this music. I must be playing a good video game. Because like, let me let's see. Is this? Yeah, this music goes wild.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff.
Sunsoft is dangerous.
Yeah, okay, that'd do it. I was like, so it's got to be made in Japan. Who did this?
The people who went to make Gimmick. It would have been so funny if it was the same composer.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I tricked a bunch of children into playing a terrible NES game. And then Gimmick. So Chris, Aggro, what is your thoughts on getting the Wendy's meal? A misfortune.
Just get the Frosty, get the Raven Blood Frosty
Okay.
separate, and just get whatever you want.
Can you do that? You don't have to buy it with this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure the app like showed it up to me like, you just want this, and I'm like, well, no.
Right, you gotta have the full experience, Lawrence.
But
For a
yeah, you
podcast.
can.
Aggro?
I mean, yeah, it's Wendy's. The sauces are a little spicier.
Was the raspberry sauce good?
It was cherry, I think.
It's
And
okay.
It was, like it's
Yeah, it was
it's
something like that. It might have been
strongly
cherry.
artificial cherry flavor.
Yeah.
And I know I am into that. I know some people who are repelled by it.
Yeah, I'm usually not down for artificial cherry.
Yeah, it tastes exactly like any kind of cherry syrup from like an ice cream shop would taste.
I'm seeing Matt O.B. in chat saying, I'll just get the Takis fries again. Excuse me?
Oh, yeah, they
I
have
heard
some
were
shit
doing
like that.
Did they, is that still there?
That's a thing? Oh my god. That sounds way
Yeah, they
better
have
than
the
the
it
condescending
might be
epic
gone.
meal.
I mean,
sister's
Dan,
still
it's,
there?
the bag is covered in fire and says "Bring the fuego ferocity."
Hey.
So it's still epic
that's
meme
cool.
food. Sorry.
No, that's good. No.
They should be like, Wednesday's Hispanic, put it in her meal.
That would be awesome!
I'd like to try the fries because I think they're just covered in the Taki seasoning. But the chicken sandwich that has crushed Takis on top of it and like nacho cheese sauce, it's like, no thanks.
That would be good if it was a good chicken sandwich, but Wendy's hasn't made one of those in like over a decade.
I am physically incapable of eating the Wendy's chicken sandwich. I think I've talked about this before, where I got sick from it twice.
Uh-huh.
Like, the Wendy's chicken sandwich was my go-to when I went to Wendy's 4 years. And then I got sick from it. Then I'm like, well, it's just misfortune. It was a meal of misfortune. I guess I'll just try it a second time. And then I got sick again. So now I'm like, never again. I actually didn't eat at Wendy's for like almost 5 years after that.
Bob, that's how you sell me on the meal of misfortune. Make me sick.
You were right. You were right, Wednesday.
I'm so owned. Awesome. Did you play any video games, Chris?
Yeah, I played Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards.
Oh shit.
That game is a Kirby game. I still do not like having to collect things in levels. That makes me insane. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I stand by not liking it every time I've said it. I want to focus on progressing through the level, not squinting at something and being like, is that a color of one of the powers? Do I need to break that open? Because unlike in Kirby's Dream Land 3, which was made by a psychopath, and you have some bizarre esoteric thing you have to do in each level, in this you just have to find them. You just have to pick them up. They're just around.
Okay.
Except they will very often be trapped inside things that require a specific power to bust open, and they are color coordinated because there's very few powers in Kirby 64. I think there's only 6. But the gimmick is that you can have combo powers, so you can get 2, and then that dramatically increases the amount of powers you can have. I think it ups it to like some like 40 something with all the combinations, because you can also double up.
Yeah.
And a 36, because it's 6 times 6. I had to remember how to how many possible combinations there are to something. I had to work that out, but there's 36. So they can be double colored and be like, oh, that's yellow and green. So you need a cutter and spike.
That's fun,
and
right?
Is this fine?
Yeah, they made the game right when one specific level has every single power available in the first room, so you can go into it, get it, and then leave, and then go back to the level you were on.
That's great.
I am continuing to learn things about the Kirby franchise, which I find fun, where I'm like, okay, so they do shake up the bosses more often than not. Like the returning bosses that you fight in this, like Wispy Woods, do have things that do change and like have different forms from their previous forms. Like they're new iterations on those bosses, which I kind of thought was a thing they just did in Forgotten Land and in like Robobot, because those are really strongly coded to being new things. Because before this, I had played Return to Dreamland, which doesn't really have any new new variants. Triple Deluxe, which doesn't really have any new variants. Squeak Squad, which doesn't have any new variants, and Superstar. Like, I hadn't played any of the Dreamland games. I hadn't played Adventure. I hadn't played 64. I hadn't played Robobot or Star Allies, and I played Forgotten Land, obviously. So it was fun to learn from that angle. The final boss became weird, complicated Space Harrier, which was fine because it was actually easier than I think every single both prior forms of that thing. Dark Matter. I really liked the Miracle Matter fight, like the final boss you get before the true end.
Yeah.
Where it uses all your powers at you and you have to it can only be hurt by whatever power it's using at the moment, so you have to inhale the thing it shoots at you and then hit it. Which is fun. Well, yeah, it's a neat game. I'm sure it probably got beaten on in at release because it was a 2D game during that gen, even if it was 2.5D.
That also, it's a direct successor to Dreamland 3. Dreamland 3 stands as a living testament to how amazing late 2D graphics could just be the most amazing shit you've ever goddamn seen. Even to this day, Dreamland 3 is insanely gorgeous. And I'm sorry if some of you aren't ready to hear this. Crystal Shards is nowhere near that gorgeous. It is not even fucking close.
Mm-hmm.
No, it looks pretty nice for an N64 game. Although I did cheat to a degree on the visuals, where I turned off the Vaseline in the Mr. menu. I'm like, fuck this. I don't want this game is blurry as fuck.
That's funny.
Why did they double layered it in most games where some games have their own version atop the N64s? Why did Nintendo feel the need to build in a Vaseline filter to that console?
I don't know, but then they moved on to the GameCube and still had we're going to upscale by the world's tiniest amount of resolution and blur every pixel and make it look like shit. Bro, just fucking have it render at the correct resolution. I'm begging you.
On Saturday, I am streaming Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, the Game Boy Advance remake of Kirby's Adventure. And then I might go into Amazing Mirror, but because I don't actually know how long this remake is. If it's the exact same length as the first game, that'll be like a 90 minutes. Well, that was an NES game. You could whip through it pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's hard. It's a Kirby game.
Yep. I've never played that one. I'm really excited to check it out via your stream, at least.
If it like somehow takes 3.5, 4 hours, I'll do Meta Knight mode instead of going to Amazing Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, like if it happens real fast, I'll just pop into Meta Knight mode for a second and do 1 or 2 levels to see his moveset, because it's not a real additional mode. Like, it has no cutscenes. It ends before the true final boss. You can't even save. So you have to beat the whole game in one stream as a Meta Knight.
Weird.
Yeah, but they didn't start giving Meta Knight like more stuff until Superstar Ultra. Maybe Amazing Mirror has a Meta Knight mode. I don't actually know. I would imagine it doesn't, because a lot of its progression is have the right power.
You know, I feel like Meta Knight should have been in that Smash remix. Kind of surprising he wasn't.
Yeah, that is weird. We played some Smash Remix over the last week. I ordered some Nintendo Switch Online N64 controllers so we could play that on the Mister. And Smash Remix is fucking amazing. Shit, what an incredible thing. I'm glad you all got to try Smashketball.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Fucking amazing. It's playing NBA Jam music as we literally do basketball. It spawns into the middle, and you have to hit it to the enemy's hoop, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But above their hoop is a barrel. And it's like DK-style barrel. If you hit the ball hard enough and high enough, it'll hit that and just guaranteedly, after a short amount of time, spike it downward through the hoop.
Okay, can you score by dunking the other side in their goal?
Dunking the enemy team? No.
Oh,
no, you have
come
infinite respawns, and that doesn't work. It makes for a very anxious gameplay that the basketball is the only thing that matters, and you can hit your teammates.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was a disaster. So again, on Saturday, you are playing Nightmare in Dreamland?
Yep.
Tomorrow, Bob and I are going to have some mudkips. Spider-Man 3. People keep saying, you got to check out the PS2 version. We got the PS3 version. I'm interested to check that out, and then I'm going to skim a YouTube video of the PS2 version, figure out how different.
Uh-huh.
Because I know it's pretty different. I think that's it. You good with ending the podcast?
No, I want to talk about Sichuan peppercorns.
Okay. Bob, tell me about these Sichuan peppercorns.
So I picked them up. I also picked up an OXO pepper grinder.
Ooh.
Because it was fairly cheap or inexpensive and at Target, so I was like able to get it.
Ooh.
That thing cannot deal with Sichuan peppercorns, which I thought was really weird.
That's weird. OXO usually makes good products.
Yeah, no, I put like regular pepper in. It's fine.
Is mine in the kitchen the same one you have, or did I order a brand other than OXO? You've seen it, right?
Yeah, that's the better one. I have that too.
Okay.
I also tried putting them in there, and it works a little bit better, but it doesn't work as well as like regular pepper does.
What
so
the
I'm
fuck
like,
is with the Sichuan?
This Sichuan peppercorns. I don't know. I think they might be either too soft or too hard.
Have you gotten those pepper grinders that are so hardcore that coffee snobs use them for coffee sometimes?
No, I didn't know about that.
You could also just get a coffee. You could just get a coffee grinder for it.
That's what some people online had done.
Are you fucking?
Yeah,
I knew
have
it.
a separate coffee grinder for this because I can't. If I use it after, like, they had a procedure for how to do it in like switch between coffee and the Szechuan. because like it made a bad cup of coffee after the
Oh, a
Szechuan.
horrible one. I bet it was a nightmare.
So they grinded rice in between the two.
I bet. I bet it was a coffee of despair.
Yes. But yeah, I actually ended up. I had a pepper grinder that came with white peppercorns in it already. Like you buy it with the bottle with it in there.
Yeah.
And weirdly, that cheaper one, because it's more simplistic, it doesn't have a way of like adjusting the power of it. It seemed to get through the Szechuan peppercorns okay.
Interesting.
Not as well as I would like, but at least it was usable.
So how are these Szechuan peppercorns?
They're really good, actually. It's
Cool.
actually not like super hot. It's just a very interesting flavor. It's really hard to describe. It's like nothing else.
I've had it described as numbing to me multiple times.
That's what all the scripts online said, but I didn't really get that, weirdly.
Maybe you didn't have enough?
Or maybe
Like
you're already numb.
There's
Like
also
the,
two kinds.
like the-
There's the red and the green. I'm not sure if one's supposed to have more numbing effect.
Which
than the
one
other.
did you get?
I got the green because that's what the guy at the shop handed me.
Yeah, I've
enough.
seen, like, I've heard about green peppercorns, but I've only ever used, the closest I've got is I've used rainbow peppercorns. Like, I got a container of rainbow peppercorns from like a store and used that, which has black and green and red and white in it. But yeah, the thing I always hear is that like mapo tofu will make your mouth numb.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's got a lot of it. I think that I actually ended up picking this up because it was a mapo tofu recipe, but then I just did it on like a kung pao chicken style thing,
Oh, okay.
which turned out well.
Cool.
Yeah, it's real neat. I definitely was trying it out if you have an Asian store around, but I don't know how to grind it. So if anyone online knows, like, this is the ideal grinder for Szechuan peppercorns.
I just own a pepper mill. I think that's fine. You can even buy one of the USB-C ones that are automatic and you just hold the button and it grinds. I have one of those. It works pretty well.
Yeah, but I like having like the ability to moderate it as I want to. Like, I guess I could just throw a couple in and grind it separately like that. It's just because like that's not the kind of thing I want to do.
What you're afraid you want to have higher control, you mean?
Yeah, because he wants to be able to grind a little and then stop immediately. He's afraid
Right.
with the button he'll go too far.
Because then
It's not that fast. You can take your finger off pretty quick. Like the second you take it off, it stops.
Does it come out immediately, or is it like it makes a?
It goes like a grr and then starts to come out, and it's not
Okay.
that fast. Like it's not dumping pepper on your food.
Okay, because I was like,
I would
thought
say
it was
it's
gonna be
about
a
as-
separate cup or something I need to then mess with.
No, it's just a pepper mill. Like you twist it, you pull it, you turn it upside down, you fill it with peppercorns, you put it back on. It's good for a couple months till you're out of peppercorns.
Now, Bob, chat's making a recommendation. It's not inherently toxic, but I'm going to pretend it is as I tell you. They say you're a pussy. Use a mortar and pestle.
Yeah, you could do that. You could also
Right,
put
I mean,
them on a cutting board. You could put them on a cutting board and put a pot and
Right,
put it.
like
No,
the-
not with a knife.
That's true. That's true. You could just crush it, but
You put them on a cutting board and use the bottom of a pot to crush them.
I've seen that too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and all of this is like too many steps to use during cooking.
We're
like,
just offering ideas here.
and that's why they suck.
Which is hey,
During cooking?
Bob, don't you want to become the coffee snob equivalent of Asian cuisine?
No.
Where you just do insane steps that everyone looks at on your YouTube short and goes, "What is wrong with them?"
Yeah, I'm a Charlotte, and I'm like, I buy those frozen ginger and garlic cubes. Those work just fine. As someone who used to break out ginger in the microplane every time I made Asian food, no difference.
Bob, do you have a stance on this?
I've not tried those frozen pre-made ones like that.
Jarred ginger paste is also good, I think. Like, I think that's also pretty equal.
I tried the ginger tube. That sucked. That's terrible. There's no flavor in that. So that's why I kind of
Yeah, I bought a jar from an Asian grocery where it's like, this is ginger paste. Because there's no way they're grating ginger in a Chinese restaurant.
I typically, what I do is I dice up a bunch of ginger and garlic like for the week, and I put that aside. And then use
That's
that.
a pretty good
I guess I could food process it and put it in a little bit of oil. like to keep it keep oxygen from getting to it. I know
really-
that's what like Italian restaurants do with garlic. They like blend a whole bucket of garlic and then put it in oil.
Yeah. I really like that Lord Richter in chat says the same thing Tosh does of I buy jarlic to let you know that it came in a jar because it has a different taste.
Right. The jarred garlic tastes really weird to me. Like
I use jarlic
strong
sometimes. Yeah, it's not strong. If I'm using something I'm cooking, I think garlic usually is fine because it's just once you crush garlic, once you rupture the cells of garlic, like it immediately starts losing pungency.
Somebody's like, this
and
is
if you cook it, you lose some too.
Somebody's like, this is going to be a nice, lean, big thing. There's no news this week. Then they click halfway through and then like, so Allison. They're just explaining the chemical reactions. They're like, I'm going to end it.
I did start doing the thing some cooking YouTubers did where it's like throw in a crushed clove of garlic at the end.
Yes.
Like when you take the fried rice off the heat, stir in a crushed clove of garlic, and that gives you like that really powerful fresh garlic flavor.
Yeah,
but I don't do that all the time.
So my food adventure for this week is I started getting back into cold brew.
Oh, okay.
And then I believe, and we don't have any science on this yet. Sorry, I'm sort of doing the voice. I need to.
Oh no, it's happening.
Now we believe, even though we don't have any science yet, I may have overcaffeinated immediately. I may have just made too strong a coffee multiple times and then fucked myself up. That may have happened. We can't prove anything.
I think we know.
You don't know that.
Oh yeah, another thing.
No, you don't.
Another thing I found, some of the same videos.
Yeah.
Just more Chinese cooking demystified. They suggested not the chili crisp, but from the same company is something called fermented soybeans in chili oil, and that was really good. Like I was kind of disappointed by the chili crisp. Like I don't quite like that flavor that much, and I don't like how hard it is. And this has neither of those problems for me. It's a very different flavor, very strong, and not hard at all because it's soybeans.
Cool.
So that makes a really good sauces, but it's very greasy. But I was already making stuff with chicken thighs though, so I'm like, whatever. It's not getting any greasier.
The thing I always hear is the shit that they're not allowed to sell in the United States, which is I believe the fermented chili bean in chili oil, the fermented soybean in chili oil that has like ground meat in it, and you're not allowed to sell it because that kind of product is just you're not allowed to sell in the United States, but it's real popular in Asian countries, and that's the one that the cooking people are always like, here's how you can make it using a jar of that fermented soybean and chili oil because it's that good. They're like, yeah, we like in my family we would get a jar and everybody would eat like a salad bowl full of rice.
Yeah,
with a little bit of that because it's so good.
That sounds like it's basically just mapo tofu, but without the tofu. It's like you just add it to the tofu and you'd have it.
So what I've experienced from these Costco coffee beans, is the one I was using, which was a lighter roast on the sort of medium side of things, was kind of bad for a normal AeroPress. The French dark roast is actually not bad for a cold brew, just because of the different nature of how those are made. But oh boy, I sure need to get making this cold brew fucking coffee down to its science and not make too strong of a concoction and kill myself.
Yeah, no, that's not good. I'm very curious to try that at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know if I actually tried you doing the cold brew at home.
Ever?
Maybe like once.
I feel like you must have tried it at some point, but GigaBoots eats Dubai chocolate. It was so funny. I saw the Dubai chocolate thing on Blue Sky. 2 days later at the mall, there was a booth.
Yeah, they had a whole
just for
booth
Dubai
for it.
chocolate. And I literally went, Tosh, is this blowing up on TikTok? And she's like, yeah, that's where I saw it. And I'm like, I knew it.
I saw Dubai chocolate heavily somewhere else too. So it was in the mall, and I saw it and when I went to some other place. I don't even know what that one was.
When I went to Albertsons, this was not recently though. It was like a month ago, maybe even more.
Yeah,
they had like the big display of the $15 chocolate bars, and I'm like, I can sense that I'm stupid if I buy this.
Yeah,
I can sense it through the morphogenetic field.
It looks good though.
It looks good, and I looked at it, and I'm like, this is absolutely fueled by TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
This is 100% a hype machine TikTok fad.
I know places where I can get chocolate that would blow your dick off for less than $15.
Right?
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's not hard.
It's a novelty thing, not a. Oh, it's actually chocolate worth
It's
$15.
actually worth it. No.
Dubai is just like if a phone scam was a country.
Yes. I feel like we need to be even harsher than that, but yes.
If Elon Musk owned a country, it would be Dubai.
I honestly just sitting there and I'm like, if the phone scam wasn't real, but also neither was your phone. Also, the phone scam is homophobic, says chat. What happened to Agri? What do you mean?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's right there. He's always been a bush.
He's always been like that.
He'd never leaf in the middle of a podcast.
imagine the Nokia phone that's literally a cutout of cardboard.
He's got roots here.
Yeah, he's got roots here. He's been thinking about.
He's not going to leave
out.
before he's not going to leave before all his efforts bear fruit.
Trunk.
Hogwarts.
Wait, so does Trunk beat Podlords or does Podlords beat Trunk?
No, Trunk beats Frieza.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's right. The Podlords. Podlords such as BN12, Red Blaze 27, Suzu Shiro. You should check out the visual novel of the Devil. Episode 0 is free on Steam.
Neat.
Wonderful remastered WTF Spider-Man. Mr. I Like Spam. Muckbun. Shiny Mew. Chris C. Horkley Warden Juicifrost. Cooper Tank. A big black bug bit a big blue bug, and a big blue bug bled black blood.
Devilish.
Huh.
Indigo Sykes. 40 plus
Oh, fuck.
DuckTales
I just saw him.
Gaijin. You just what?
He's there.
Oh God, is he?
Is he?
I'm already being
this
exposed to.
Yes, that's him. God damn it.
Is it? Is
Yes. Yes.
Bastard.
That now I'm remembering the insane conversation you have there. She's like, "Do you remember the first words your mother ever taught you?" It's like,
it?
you were
And then
insane.
I replied, "Civil rights." That was the first word my mother ever taught me. And then everyone at the grocery store applauded.
Jesus, this game is damaging.
Indigo Sykes. 40 plus DuckTales Appreciator Gaijin. Foul Mr. Mime.
I think we saw him last week. I still don't like him though.
What's wrong with his eyes, Robert?
He's a spider.
Yeah,
like
he's
it's not
really
hard.
ditto. That's actually a spider.
Shinji16 thinks the sushi rep is barely mid at best and hopes for a new Podlord song soon. Guess what? Monkey's Paw. You happy? This is why we're listening to the fucking Ghostbusters knockoff.
Oh, I can't hear it, thank God.
A raccoon enjoying some tunes. Well, maybe not
Yeah.
right now. Saraline. Timothy Pfister was delighted to find out Boss Rush game Nowhere Patrol got a Switch port just this year.
God, I talked about that on like Big Think 2.
Jesus!
Wow. It took a while.
The Hard M. Bearded Joe. Right along with Norman Reedus.
God. Okay, I get it.
How could you?
Cause there was the ride along movie with with Kevin Hart that we watched and did a cursed content on.
Yeah. They're still evil.
I'm gonna take you on a ride along.
God, dude, I was so upset when I saw this Podlord image earlier.
Was that movie in any way related to Kevin Smith?
No.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I think we made a joke that it was like a less terrible version of Cop Out.
Yeah, okay,
'Cause
that's
it
what
is
it
like
was.
Cop
It's
Out.
Cop Out,
But anything to like. Pleochrome. Off is coming to Steam on Friday. How long to beat? Says it will take me 7 hours to beat off to 100% completion.
Well, I hope you can ration off the time to beat off.
The doctor probably advised you not to do that all at once.
No, to completion.
Yeah, it might be dangerous to spend 7 hours beating off.
Yeah, I do that shit all the time. Just got called a bitch. Better drink my own recovery.
What did they edit it on to?
Bear Grylls.
Yeah, because he drinks his own piss.
Oh my God.
Sun's going down. Better drink my own piss.
Virvar. Heartworm is a PS1 Resident Evil game with a subtle message. Moving past trauma, lots of dusty book bindings looking untouched. It could be anything. Could be anything.
They're very subtle. We don't know what it is. We're still trying to figure it out.
Jack the Ripper says, rubber baby buggy bumpers.
No!
Oh yeah, that's Fate Jack, who is real fucked up. And I think she's like the spirit of she's like the coalesced malice of like stillborn children or something along those lines. And she's obsessed with returning to the womb. I think that's how it goes. Fate alternates between really goofy and kind of fucked up, but also still goofy.
Different dimension savant Newton.
That's just the guy from last week, but with in a different suit.
But now he's got
wearing a different rock.
He's got the executive ball clicker,
gonna
but with
say, why
different
is he-
colored horns.
Why has he got the exact ball clicker? That's hilarious.
I assume he's related to the pendulum bullshit that Yu-Gi-Oh got going, at this point, 7 or 8 years ago, but it was late in the franchise lifespan effect, relatively.
Pendulum summoning Isaac Newton is fucking based.
Stomach, back in the mouth.
Telling her where to put the gun.
Ryu, Hayabusa.
I can't wait to
good
play
job.
Ninja Gaiden too.
It's God's work you do.
This might be my favorite thing since Gary Busey. Bob, you were right to shit talk that game.
I guess.
You created a superhero or a villain.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this game and be like, well, my brain's broken, so it's a 10 no matter what it actually is.
It's hilarious. Every moment's so funny.
It contains multitudes.
It's like how we're all convinced that Jin Karya is hilarious until we have to rewatch the Bound Arc, which will fucking cure us of that real quick.
It fucking will. Cryptid bird. Lily. Oh. Digital basic.
That's pretty cringe.
And now we all have to make the same. Oh, is that what
That's
did
what
you
the
say?
faces looks like.
Ugh.
Digital Basic would buy the Meal of Misfortune.
But would it fix them?
It can fix them. Maybe. And Vada Huff, thank you very much to our Podlord.
Thank you, Podlords.
Thank you, Podlords.
Thank you, Podlord.
Thank you, Podlords. And if you'd like to become a Podlord, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcast. For as little as $5 a month, you get many benefits such as early access to chugging Bleach until that show ends, and also uncensored versions of Gamers Go to the Movies and other shows that may be censored on their own channel, such as Armchair Devs. You also get extended content for Armchair Devs and get Armchair Devs and Gamer Premonitions when indeed such content exists to be given to you. You also get a patron-funded show, one a month, either a private show where we watch a good thing and talk about that, or a public show where we watch a bad thing and patrons get a commentary track, such as Ice-T's Ice Cube's War of the Worlds.
Oh.
Possibly one of the most incompetent movies ever made.
Truly,
you also get an entire movie called Isolation 119. It is a full feature-length film about a man in Thailand getting a tax write-off on his vacation to Thailand. That's patreon.com/GD podcast. If you don't have any money, it always helps immensely to spread the word. Rate us on Thursdays. Rate us with a T on your podcasting app of choice, and leave a comment and subscribe to every YouTube channel we now use for our shows, because YouTube is a nightmare.
You might
Thank you.
You might know we're trying to fight the good fight to get people to see our content, and maybe, just maybe, it's not working.
Where Chris accidentally said the Tuesday thing, I was like, no, Chris should dictate what they do every single day. On Monday, you should like and review the podcast and tell your friends. On Tuesday,
you raid the channel and hope that we're live. This next Tuesday, we will be, because of opening night live for Gamescom. My God. Please look forward to that. We need to mention that again at the end.
We do.
Because as we know, someone out there is literally timestamping Podlords and calling it an ad. I just want to point out, if the Podlords are an ad, then I guess the whole podcast does. Because without the Podlords, there is no fucking podcast. News segment often is an ad that we didn't get paid for.
So,
Yeah.
So since we were talking about how dog shit YouTube is, this isn't really news, but I feel like I should bring it up because I had an adventure with it. YouTube is now auto-dubbing videos into different languages.
Jesus.
Worse than that, they are now auto-defaulting it to the language you have selected if those tracks exist. They don't tell you they're AI generated in the audio track list. They just say the language. And they are absolutely training on these videos because they try to make the AI voice sound like the actual voice. It completely kills the audio balancing because they try and dampen everything that they can tell isn't audio, like isn't speaking. You can go listen to this in a variety of early AVGN videos. Go to the AVGN Top Gun video and switch to Japanese.
Kuso fuck.
That's not the worst part. There's a couple points where it devolves into utter gibberish.
Yeah,
and you realize, he's trying to speak Japanese using essentially English syllables. Like they've just cobbled together these English syllables from the data on how James Rolfe talks.
I did not listen to enough of it.
It literally is trying to sound like James Rolfe speaking Japanese, and it does a really bizarre way of. So I wonder how James Rolfe feels about this.
There's 3 times in my life I have heard somebody speaking and had no fucking idea what I was listening to. One was those parts of the video where it became that. One was the stage performers like back from the 50s who did We're in the Money, because there's a part where she sings in Pig Latin. And I could not fucking understand what I was listening to when that happened. And the third time is that one Nintendo guy who talks funny. I don't know what he is. I know that I've seen him put out Paper Mario videos, and he talks in a bizarre way I've never heard any other human being speak.
Oh, so not like a person from Nintendo, like a YouTuber.
No, it is a YouTuber.
Go to them and get them translated into Japanese. See how that goes.
It was that disorienting. Yeah, Fawful's Minion. That's who I'm thinking of. Somebody in chat got it immediately.
Wow.
Or you can listen to any clip of them and be like, why do you talk like that? I literally can't understand you. It's like how halogen lights blink so fast that the eye can't perceive it, but you can't consciously perceive it, but your brain does, and it makes people crazy. It's like that, but for speaking.
That it's really weird that this rolled out. I think around the same time I was like checking on something in Twitter, and it's auto translating Japanese to English and it says under all those tweets, you can turn it back to the original, which is weird.
Yeah, that's a weird way to do that.
Oh yeah, they gotta translate it for you automatically via Grok. No barriers to communication.
Sure, there's no problem with that, right?
Of course there's not.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? So, is there a Heathcliff video game?
There's got to be, right?
There's
like
gotta be.
one, at least.
When are we offering the theme month that is Cartoon Cat Theme Month?
That would be really funny. There's so many Garfield games.
There is a Wii game called The Fast and the Furriest, which appears to be a kart racer.
That's sad. That's the best you can get.
I know.
That seems to be the only one.
That's the place of Heathcliff, unfortunately. Well, no. Deserved and earned.
Oh, but Bob, Heathcliff has so many defining qualities. Aggro, list some of Heathcliff's defining qualities.
He terrorizes the neighborhood.
Okay, yeah.
Garfield, kind of just an issue for John.
Right.
He does that thing where he puts a whole fish in his mouth and then just pulls out the skeleton. So he probably gives Bomb head.
Also true.
See, I think we deserve a Cadillac Cats game.
What the heck is Cadillac?
This is our podcast in a nutshell.
That's the other side of the Heathcliff cartoon when it would switch to being about these cats that live in a junkyard.
Oh, okay. Because God, who can write a full 30-minute or full 20 minutes about Heathcliff?
Has anyone in this podcast?
Yeah, it's
has anyone watched the Top Cat movie?
I don't think so.
No, I did not.
When was it?
Years ago at this point,
Yeah,
like
it
a
was years
decade
ago.
at least.
Okay, but it's not like something from the
I think-
60s or something.
No. I think it's in the
No,
last.
it was 2011.
Yeah, I did not see that.
We gotta solve that.
Yeah, we should see that. It's got to be better than
I
Superman.
believe it was a Mexican film because Top Cat is real big in Mexico.
Sorry, the correct statement was because Mexico's fucking based. Because they understand Top Cat. He's the best.
Yeah.
Oh, they made a CG animated prequel in 2015 called Top Cat Begins.
That's the one I was actually thinking of.
All I know is that in Jellystone they made the pink one a girl.
One moment. Top Cat. Pink cat?
Yeah, Choo
They
Choo.
made that one a girl.
Yep. The Jellystone also makes Jabberjaw a girl.
Huh.
Okay. We're moving increasingly between. You tell me. What? I feel like the Jabberjaw thing is actually more noteworthy. Oh my God, this art style.
Hey, Chad is informing me that the Jabberjaw in Jellystone is the daughter of normal Jabberjaw.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Okay. All right. You know it's the girl
Has
one.
that
'cause they put two
crossover
tiny
Jellystone
eyelashes.
did with?
That's how you know.
Did that fucking crossover with all the cartoon shows already come out? The Crisis on Infinite Mirth.
I have no idea what you're talking
I
about.
thought that was Jellystone. I thought that's the whole thing.
It is Jellystone. It's a Jellystone crossover with
Oh, I thought Jellystone
the
was only that.
cartoon shows. No, Jellystone is like all the Hanna-Barbera things, like
Okay, and that
like
crossover was even
like
more.
Jabberjaw, Quick Draw McGraw,
Just all the
I don't
Hanna-Barberas.
remember
They
their
have
name.
so much.
Yeah,
Don't even
so
try it.
much.
Don't even try to name them. You'll die of old age first. Every fucking day, because I ended up on this specific part of the YouTube algorithm, I'm learning about a new animated show that Hanna-Barbera shot
okay. My brain was trying to collect Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy, like there and there.
Oh, I'm healing. This tongue twister has successfully healed me. God. But who saw Esau? Oh right, we're a gaming news podcast.
We don't talk that much about Dune Buggy here.
I just saying I just remembered and I was like, we gotta go back to
Yeah, let's start with a really funny story.
real quick one
Like
last
all
note,
these
I'm just gonna
cartoons.
slide this in at the last second.
Bob,
Yeah.
Chris, you can't take this until after we do it. Bob,
What's up?
I'm putting it on the next Donathon goal list, ranking every Hanna-Barbera main character.
Okay, yeah, main characters. We don't even do watch the thing. I
Because
just look
the
at them and be
casts
like,
are too
I'm
big
not
to do them all.
right.
I'm not familiar enough to do that, I don't think.
That's fine. We don't have to be.
Right,
You just
no,
look at them.
at them and then have to rate them.
You got nah. No, I'm good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to rate the leader of the space cadets, like the word kid but cadet. Ooh, you're gonna have to
Thundar
rate the main
clears end of
character.
list.
Fucking
You're gonna have to
true.
rate the.
Thundar's
I don't think
dope.
they actually. I don't think they actually got as far as making it, so you do not have to rate the Blackstones. I don't think.
But we do have to, unfortunately, only rank Hong Kong Phooey himself and none of the other characters.
So do we only rank Scooby-Doo himself?
He is the iconic eponymous character in Scooby-Doo.
He is. It just feels so weird. You're like, no, not nobody else, just Scooby-Doo.
I feel like Thundar and Secret Squirrel are really near the top of this list.
Secret Squirrel is really good.
Bob's
You're
a
gonna get
Thundar hater.
I've not seen Thundar.
Maybe I
You're
should
gonna get
Thundar-
totally fucking flummoxed when you get to the 80s, and you're like, who? What are all these fucking Care Bears knockoffs? They have like 8.
God.
Also, technically, a Hanna-Barbera show, Pirates of Dark Water.
Huh.
I don't know that I'd rank the main character especially high, but I probably would put him well above most Hanna-Barbera characters. By the way, we also thus have to rank Cartoon the Fonz.
Oh my god. That was the saying, yep.
Yeah. And the other two from Happy Days. What is it, Laverne and Shirley? Is that right, chat?
Did they get
Because
their
they
own
also
show?
got their own cartoon.
Oh my god.
So we have to rank them too.
At this point, we might as well just keep going and be like, yeah, put in Puffy Yami Yumi. Sure.
No, you have to. No, it has to be boomer things that could have had cartoons. So it's like whatever. The Dukes of Hazzard. By the way, season 1 of the Dukes of Hazzard cartoon does not have the Dukes of Hazzard because there was a contract thing with the people who played the real guys in the actual show. So they said, don't put them in. Put in these two that no one likes that we're making the main characters for one season.
Do you have... Did they do Bill and Ted? Was that Hanna-Barbera?
I don't actually know. I think it was, but I'm not positive.
It looks like it, but
I bet
that
it
doesn't-
isn't.
We were out.
It was
we were
Fox
out.
Kids.
Aggro, what were we out of? Do you need me
Was
to pick
there
up
gaming
something?
Oh, no,
news
it was
this week?
Hanna-Barbera. It was Hanna-Barbera, and then it switched to Deke. Anyway, here's a funny story. Bioshock's fucked. Bioshock 4 has failed internal review, which means somebody looked at it and went, this is dog shit. There has been a leadership shakeoff, and they are pivoting the project in a different direction. In addition, they were planning to do one of those, what I assume to be one of those terrible Unreal Engine 5 remakes for Bioshock 1, and they went, nah. Which is good. We didn't fucking need that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still surprised you're not doing it. That just feels like such a this industry thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You could maybe make it feel good on a controller, but you probably wouldn't.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that. It's an Unreal Engine 5 remake, Bob. It's the exact same game underneath a layer.
Yeah.
Here's some. This is just a rumor that came out during all this, but it was corroborated, so it's probably true. EA leadership. Don't put that fucking freak on screen, Dan.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you? What about EA leadership?
EA leadership seems to be irrationally opposed to remasters. Like they don't want to do them, even though that Mass Effect one did really well. Like somebody was asking, why doesn't EA remaster like these games old games that people like? And they're like, we don't know. Leadership doesn't want to do them. Which to me says they know all their new games are bad and their old games were better and don't want to remind people.
Nuts.
Yeah, that does seem very strange.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, they have such a huge catalog too. Like it's EA, it's one of the biggest game studios there is.
Like, don't you guys technically own Time Splitters Future Perfect?
And there's so many that they just obviously aren't going to touch ever again. That's like
right.
you aren't competing with yourself at that point. It's like, yeah, no.
They're weird about a lot of things. Like I found out that like multiple studios had went to them over the past like 20 years and been like, let us make an Ultima. And then EA's like list of conditions was so insane that nobody did it. It's like, why? Why? What, you're gonna hurt the dead franchise?
I've heard about people contacting Microsoft to do a thing, and then Microsoft being like, it could make a little money, but we're not interested in a little money.
Right.
And it's like, God damn it. You see how that was a positive number of dollars? Then do it. You're barely doing anything.
That didn't involve your own staff? Like,
Right?
what's the...
Yeah, I don't know. This industry distinctly does not want things made.
It's true.
Postal brain damaged the Doom Eternal clone that's Postal. The DLC Sunny Days, as in like being dazed, because the point is that he's like, this is in his mind, he's brain damaged. Launches September 9th. I just thought that would be good. I put that in back when there was literally nothing in the document. Power Wash Simulator will be $25 out late this year, which I just included as like, I bet that'll do well because it isn't $70.
Power Wash Simulator 2.
2.
Yeah, Power Wash Simulator 2.
Neat.
Yeah.
Namco accidentally leaked a Tales of Xillia remaster, the first PS3 one.
Oopsie.
Like, I think a video went unprivate too soon, and people saw that one of the thumbnail was a screen cap of that game.
Right.
Dope.
So I thought that was fine. A lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
People insisted that the main heroine had a lisp that I was never able to hear.
What? That's why they hated it.
I mean, I don't think that's why they hated it, but that was the thing that always was brought up. Is like, yeah, she talks funny, and I'm like, I can't fucking tell. I have audio blindness.
I'm like, is it the main love interest or the actual like female main character?
Like the female main character that you can pick who has the ridiculous two-tone ahoge.
Okay, yeah. It's a good design.
Two-tone ahoge.
Yes, her name is God, what is her name?
I cannot remember.
Mila Maxwell. Her name is Mila Maxwell.
I'm gonna safely assume me typing in Xillia ahoge has in fact brought up the exact lady, because I cannot imagine there are two characters in that game that are fitting in this description and that this is the incorrect one.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous haircut.
That fucking is delightful.
So Wu Chang Fallen Feathers has been getting patched pretty consistently since it came out, mostly for performance. But this week, a bizarre patch came out that changed a lot of dialogue, made several characters that you killed, bosses that you would kill, now simply get tired and sit down and talk to you because they were historical figures from the Ming Dynasty. That's and so allegedly, like a Venezuelan bishop, like a Venezuelan missionary would give you the pray emote. They allegedly took that out. So people are throwing fits that they basically like changed the whole game. Also, there was a lot of human NPCs who you could kill, and now you cannot. Like they're immortal and non-hostile, and which seemed to have made some parts of the game really easy because things that were hostile to you now no longer are.
Huh.
Weird.
That's really strange.
Venezuelan missionary?
Yeah, because it's in like Imperial China.
Huh.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I need to play this game again now that they've done this. I want to know what that does. That's really weird. I didn't even know you could attack NPCs that weren't hostile. I hadn't done it.
I assume they let you do it because that's a Souls thing that every Souls game lets you do.
It is, but it's one of those things like, well, a lot of the Souls likes do polish that sort of stuff off. And like, we don't need to make the game needlessly harder. Like,
most Souls games don't have like NPCs sitting around in the world.
It's true.
Most of the time they're in like a menu on like a map screen or something, or in a hub area that you can't attack in. Also insane. Let me make sure I know exactly what this is. Let me pull it up. Okay, so Arcane Union workers, Arcane, being the in France, are demanding that Microsoft end its support for the Israeli regime.
And that's what we were talking about before the podcast, Bob, of why Blade might have some development issues.
Oh.
Technically during the podcast, but very early.
Basically, this happened because Microsoft has been a BDS target for a while, because they've been doing things like doing tech support for the Israeli military, giving them email addresses,
Cloud computing,
fucking around with the International Court of Justice, which I think maybe there should be some people beaten with hammers for that one. And in a development that I think should mean that Satya Nadella gets arrested if he sets foot on any country on earth that isn't America or Israel. They are allegedly giving the Israeli military voice over internet protocol data, telling them where people are so they can then bomb it.
Yep.
By the way, Al Jazeera's entire reporting team in Gaza wiped out this week.
Yes.
Gee, I wonder how they knew exactly where all of them were.
Yeah.
Like, this is at the point where if Satya Nadella shows up, like if Satya Nadella lands in France, the police should be there waiting and just fucking take him to the Hague.
Let's move on though, because this
yeah,
is
let's move on. This isn't good to dwell on.
Yeah.
Isn't good to dwell on. You know, it's all that's already all the news.
Yeah. Fucking nightmare.
So is a continuing part of this insane payment processor shit. Steam can now no longer accept PayPal for anything but Euro, Canadian dollar, British pound, Japanese yen, Australian dollar, or United States dollar. That seems to purely be them fucking with everybody. Like, it doesn't seem to have any rational reason for happening. It is just banks deciding to be dicks.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because the banks told PayPal, we're not going to deal with any other currencies anymore. And then PayPal told Steam, well, I guess they're not going to deal with any more currencies anymore. Steam will have its own payment processor within a year.
Wouldn't
they
that
have
be
the money and
delightful?
they're sick of being fucked with.
Yeah,
Because this isn't a remove content. This is just, we're taking money out of your fucking wallet, Steam. Now most people that use your service cannot pay via PayPal.
Yeah, I saw the news that was talking about specifically bank processors are fucking with PayPal to make this a situation, but you know which ones would be doing that. As an extended arm of certain bodies.
And all this shit is, of course, coming from the current American administration, to which I say, it is illegal for me to tell you. Can't say it, but I can say it because I'm telling you that you're not allowed to say it.
We just don't want you to run into trouble in the comments section, okay, Chad? We're trying to protect you. Absolutely fucking unreal. What the hell?
That's all my news. I think that's the limit of bad news this week.
Yeah, the rest of this isn't really bad news unless, hey, Aggro. Is
Hey.
any of the rest of this really bad news?
Not really. Not mine.
Let's go to your good news. Good.
The Hell Is Us demo is back. This time in console form.
I was like, wait, did it go somewhere?
Like
Yeah.
Shinobi.
It is available through August 28th this time. It is now on Steam, PS5, the Xbox Series consoles, and the Epic Game Store. It looks like it's the same as the first demo, where it's just the beginning of the game, but they've made some tweaks. They've added photo mode. They've messed with how the camera works and lock on. They've changed parries. And apparently they say it now runs in 4K 60. I couldn't find any source that lists which of those systems it runs 4K 60 on. Because some of those are conditional and some of those are not true.
Well,
But yeah, I look forward to trying that out on PS5.
the resulting image after the TAA is 4K.
I'm curious if the PS5 can brute force this, because my computer did not deal too well with it.
Yeah, I imagine no, not so much.
Yeah, like I turned it down and I ran it pretty well. But yeah, I'm looking for that benchmark. Speaking of computers not running things very well, the Steam for Chromebook beta is shutting down in January of 2026. This was apparently a thing where you could download a curated list of 99 Steam games onto Chromebooks that could run them. Like they apparently leaned into gaming capable Chromebooks here recently. But apparently that beta is ending. Even if you have downloaded and installed the games on your Chromebooks, they are not available anymore. They're still in your Steam library. You just can't play them on your Chromebook.
That's
Surprised that there's anything a Chromebook could play.
right.
Same.
Yeah. Like I kept looking like, it like these are the hardware stats of Chromebooks that can do this. I'm not seeing a GPU, you guys.
It's fine. It just has all the strength of an Android mobile phone.
Yeah, no, that's literally what it is. I spent a long time digging around. Like, eventually, someone's going to admit that this is just streaming, right? Like, it's got to be here somewhere.
Jesus.
Yeah, what kind of games ended up on this, D-Check?
I am curious what sorts of games could be in this list of 99 games that were formerly available to play on a Chromebook.
I do not have the list in front of me anymore. It is just on the Steam Chromebook help page. Anyway, in less depressing news, Remedy put out their half-year financial report, and everything is fine.
That's all they said?
The Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes, whatever codename Condor is, they're apparently chugging along. There aren't major problems.
Oh.
Everything's cool. Nothing bad happened at Remedy.
Okay.
Which I guess doesn't sound like a news story, but in context, it is.
They did say that the Firebreak underperformed. I know.
Oh no, the multiplayer
God.
thing they made didn't do good.
Motherfucker, you expected performance?
I know. That's what was for surprising. It was like, can you believe it actually did better on the consoles where it was on Game Pass and PS Plus than it did on PC? We thought the PC would make us the money. It's like,
Sir, you're fucking insane. I'm not sure if you noticed the certain quality most friend slop games have that make them successful with streamers, but your game does not have that quality in the fucking least. Why were you expecting performance? What the fuck is wrong with you? Hey, I can be your industry analyst. Check this out. I offer this feature where you show me a game before it launches, and I go, nah, dog. Or I say, yeah, dude, these are the two modes. I could have called that shit from space.
yeah.
Is this going to perform? No, but hopefully you don't lose money. Anyway. Hey, Bob.
Hey,
I heard you got news.
I do have some news. They put out a trailer for Helldivers 2 on Xbox, because that's coming very soon. The end of the trailer has a reference to Halo ODST.
Oh, shit.
It plays a little bit of the soundtrack for a second. You get a little bit of the jazz, the saxophone, and you see a orbital drop sort of thing, which happens in most games.
It's true.
So
you
it's
are
cool,
sort of
sick
dropping
reference.
shock troopers in both games, and you do it orbitably. Orbitably.
So that's neat.
That's cool.
I hope that I can play all those on the PlayStation as well.
I mean, that'd be cool.
Right? It's like, yeah, best Halo game released it forever. It's Halo stuff for Helldivers 2. Crazy.
Occasionally, Chad, I haven't brought this up with you yet. Me and Bob had a talk. We had a talk recently. When we did Malo in 2020, we thought that was a low point for Halo. I guess it was 2021.
Yeah.
But we were like, Master Chief Collection didn't go well. Halo 5 didn't go well. Halo 4 didn't go well. Maybe Infinite will be good. Then the trailer came out and we're like, oof, this is a real low point for Halo. Little did we know, this many years later, Halo would only exist as a weird, we can make Halo an Unreal Engine 5 tech demo, to which I would say, yeah, Kotaku covered people doing that 9 years ago.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Bro, technically the Master Chief Collection's an Unreal Engine. Technically. The hell are you talking about? This is all you've done. So yeah, it was before Halo Infinite even had a trailer. Yeah, we thought We thought this was a low point. We were like, man, Halo has really been through it.
Yeah, it's gone through the ringer a few times. Now it seems like they're dedicated to the bit of making it obscure into nothing.
So cool. Cool. Awesome. Chat. Never mind. I'm not interested. I've changed my mind. We're not going to talk about that. Bob,
Yeah.
next bit of news.
Fast and Furious Arcade Edition. It's coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and Switch.
Oh, they made it into a Sega CD FMV game?
No.
Like you play the movie?
This actually looks a lot like those cruising arcades.
Yeah, it's literally made by Raw Thrills, which is the
I
same
looked it
people
up and
made
I
the.
couldn't
Is it
find
not?
any like connection to it? Actually,
Is it not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It looks a lot like it though, and I checked it, but I couldn't find any connection. Maybe it was like, oh, they have this new name now or something.
I'll dig into it.
Okay. That's kind of neat. I don't think that it has anything to do with actual Fast and the Furious. It just seems to be an arcade racing game, which is cool. Now I'm remembering the bit of Jeff Gertzman podcast I listened to where he talked about this, as well as the rebranded Mr. Do arcade units that I honestly thought he was making up to literally attack Zeb Mall. But those are real. There's actually new Mr. Do branded arcade units that are not Mr. Do in any way. Don't even have his likeness, but have his logo of
Why?
Mr. Do.
Is
I
it
don't
just
know.
a set ball trap?
It's, you know,
If you walk up to the machine, the floor drops out, and you go, no!
But yeah, you know, it's not even like an arcade video game. It's like literally, oh yeah, you know those little basketball hoops where you just have little balls and throw the basketball in it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that.
Why is it called Mr.
I don't know why Mr. Do is on it.
First off, he's fucking Mr. Do. No one, he's not renowned.
No.
What the hell? All right.
Okay. You know how last week we talked about Genshin Impact and them leaving PS4 and having like this full
Yes.
year lead up to that,
Yes.
and how, well, that sucks, but at least they give us people warning.
Okay, yeah.
So this week,
Uh-huh.
PUBG
Uh-huh.
ending service for PS4 and Xbox One November 13th, alongside the launch of the PS5 and Series versions.
You didn't launch those first?
No, the same day.
You fucking morons!
Oh man, that's
hope
a
there's
hard shift.
I hope nothing happens bad with this progress transfer. I hope nothing goes wrong. We just made the perfect scenario for everything to go wrong.
Also, to be clear, in case Jack gets confused, we're talking about PUBG Battlegrounds, which is the current name of the game. Players Unknown's Battlegrounds Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
Ninja Theory's Devil May Cry Devil May Cry.
Ninja Theory.
What the fuck do you mean they don't have a PS5 version of that game in
know.
2025?
That's the part I had to reread this several times. I was like, no, it's still just a PS4 version. It's still just in the same day. What is wrong with you?
That's so stupid.
Yeah, no, there's literally no way this can go well. Thank you, Crafton.
So based.
So based. That Davy Jones game we talked about a while ago, where it's the first-person shooter where you play as Davy the head and Jones the body in an underwater adventure that's first-person shooting.
Mm-hmm.
That comes out August 28th in early access, weirdly. And to promote this, they're like, oh yeah, for the first 6 days, 6 hours, and 6 minutes, it will be $6.66. So this game's
That
probably
game
gonna
looks
be-
way too expensive for that.
It does. I'm just like, this game is not going to be even close to done with this early access launch. It's probably going to suck.
But
real
still,
bad.
you're giving up. But I can just sit on it for 2 years.
Yeah, you just buy it for $6.66, which is a really weird thing to associate with Davy Jones.
I know, right? Like, that doesn't... I don't...
Seems fucking random,
Right?
actually.
I don't...
Our new Jaws game is $6.60. Sir? Our new Twin Peaks game is... okay. All right, sure. Fucking whatever.
Yeah, it was like, there's
Our new
demons and
Heathcliff
stuff.
game... Actually, that makes sense. The Heathcliff game should cost that much. For multiple reasons.
You know, pirates are always fighting Satan. or something.
They're like, I love you, Jesus. Anyways, scabbard out. It's that's gonna be the catchphrase instead of oh God, what was the Immortals of AVM catchphrase? Sigil up. Instead of sigil up, they're gonna say scabbard out.
Scabbard out. I don't like it.
You don't like that? Ah, damn.
Wochi, the Wayfarer.
Wuchi? Because it's two O's.
It's 2 O. I don't
It's a
know.
Wuchi.
Wuchi. It's Korean. Who knows?
Okay.
It's mysteries.
So watch this. Wuchi.
Wuchi.
Yeah, you get the. Yeah.
It's a new game announced for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ancient Korea-based fantasy game based on, I guess, a novel called The Tale of Jean Wuchi, a classic Korean novel. Made by Nexon, and then published by Nexon and developed by Lore Vault, which apparently this is their first game. It looks neat. It looks very interesting. I have no idea what it's going to actually play like, though. They sound like it's just going to be a single-player action-adventure game. So it might be sitting somewhere like a Devil May Cry or something, or might be sitting more towards Dark Souls game. It's really not clear.
Sorry, Bob. I tried to find a picture, but the internet informs me this is all.
That's all we get.
This is all we get. This is the game.
Yeah, it's a weird. He fights a weird demon in this trailer. So I assume it's gonna have him fighting a lot of weird demons. He's got a cool hat. Yeah,
Cool.
who knows if it's a lot of these like random Chinese and other Asian
Korean,
country
yeah.
games have actually been coming out.
Yes.
So I assume it's real,
Yeah. I would hope.
It'll just run really, really bad.
right?
That sure seems to be how things are going at a lot of points.
Seems to be where I guess I can't be too hard of him because it seems to be going every single place in the fucking industry.
Yeah, no, it's more weird when something does run well. We've been things that might not run well. Metal Gear Solid Delta, the multiplayer mode Fox Hunt will not be there at launch. It's coming out sometime in fall. The game is coming out August 28th or so. Yeah, August 28th.
Don't buy launch games. Don't buy. Because this shit, like, they always try to frame this shit as like, oh, we're updating it after launch. It's like, no, you're finishing it after launch. It's like, we've very clearly gotten to that point.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about it. Chad, remember when we played Hellblade 2? Me, Bob, and Chris were like, the only games that run at 30 frames per second are games that aren't done. Anyways, they're releasing that on PS5 in the enhanced edition, as they call it, by the way. It has a 60 frames per second mode.
Wow, it's done. Incredible.
And the PS5
The
Pro
only
looks
games
even
that
better.
don't. The only games that don't run at 60 are ones that aren't done or that you decided to willfully fuck up with Unreal Engine 5 features.
Yeah, I keep thinking about Black Wukong. When I'm playing Wu Chang, because it's just like, yep, that sure is the same kind of thing, but somehow the smaller team with less notoriety made the game run. What happened? Black Myth, I will stop referring to as Black Wukong because apparently that's offensive.
What do you mean there's a white Wukong?
Anyway, about Metal Gear Solid Delta,
Uh-huh.
that multiplayer Oscar will not have crossplay, which that's unacceptable at this point.
Yeah, that's not good. I assume this has to be partially Sony's fault.
It usually is.
It usually is.
It usually is, and they are putting some marketing money into this, seemingly.
Mm-hmm. At the same time, wait a second, didn't it? Didn't this show up at Xbox shows?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
the most recent was
I think
Xbox
the
shows.
last time.
Yeah.
I think the last time. Like, I don't think this has any. Like, Sony has any specific marketing on this.
I think you're right. I think we're getting them mixed up with something else.
I thought the first stuff was
The
but
first
maybe
time,
not.
the first time it was a Sony thing, and we thought it would be an exclusive because Silent Hill 2 remake, I think, is.
right,
Mhm.
it is.
But then they were like, "No, this is not," because Microsoft ran out like it's also on us. Don't think it's an exclusive. Nobody's gonna buy it on our platform because the only people who buy anything on our platform is Call of Duty.
So that sucks that it doesn't have crossplay.
Yeah.
August 28th. $70, right?
I believe so. For a very old video game with new graphics, don't even look good.
You know, I wanted to stay optimistic about it, and then I saw the gameplay, and I'm like, oh, this is rough.
Yeah.
They put so much effort into the cutscenes, but the gameplay looks just so rough and skeletal. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's not gonna be good, but in a few months it might be like half price. Maybe that's worth trying. I don't know.
Mild news following up on the PS5 portable / Xbox leaks from a bit back. Apparently the PS5, and this is like, I don't talk about a lot of tech stuff on the podcast anymore because I like having visuals. But I thought it was worth noting something interesting about it. The PS5 portable. It's been leaked and rumored that it's going to be about 50% as powerful as the PS5, and they have that power mode,
Yeah.
They just added that energy save mode that has your PS5 run at about half power in order to... Something interesting was in that I may have missed. People are saying it's about 50% as powerful as the PS5. It has pretty slow RAM, though, but it's also got, like, the AMD FSR4 and other things that should help it have a cleaner image quality while being that much weaker. Here's something that is relevant to the people here.
Okay.
That motherfucker thing only has 4 CPU cores. This shit is absolutely just going to run games at 30. This isn't going to be games at a lower res.
Yeah.
This shit is almost definitely just going to run games at 30 unless people do some crazy work optimizing, which is a damn shame.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, I don't care that it's way lower res. I do care if it runs at like 30 frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
I know everyone.
I never, there wasn't even a second I assumed this wouldn't be the case.
I mean,
yeah, I also kind of figured just because that's what you do when you want to cut power use.
when you what?
When you want to cut the power usage.
I mean, sure, you can decimate resolution though, and if you have good enough CPU cores, you can run at a higher frame rate and just a really low resolution. But
I mean, like, people have already been conditioned by the Switch and to an extent the Steam Deck to just not care if the game runs at a lower frame rate on a portable.
maybe that'll be how everyone else feels. It does look like it's gonna have a USB-C video out. So that's good at least, because my God, not a good proposition against the Switch 2. If it's, you can play it portably. I want to play it on my TV though. I spent a lot of money on this. No. But yeah.
Hey,
so,
Sony, you know what would be an amazing value add for the PS5 portable?
What's up?
Mice mode.
If you stopped fucking around on backwards compatibility and got more games onto it.
Yeah.
Like at least as many as that were on the PS3.
Oh yeah, the mouse mode thing reminded me. Battlefield 6 had menus for mouse and keyboard on the PS5.
Yeah,
So that's cool.
it happens occasionally.
Right? It's very rare, so I never expect it.
And I wonder how that would feel.
Yeah, I didn't try it.
Really interested. Man. What if they had rear touch though?
No. Then it'd probably make them take up some other feature.
Yeah, no, Bob, he's got a point. Rear touch. That's an important. We don't really need that USB-C video out.
I feel like we might need the USB-C video out, Aggro. I feel like we might need that.
No, you're wrong.
No. Back touch though.
Back touch.
It's a proven formula.
Bob, how else will you be able to take the portable and pinch it on both sides? Answer that. You can't.
Yeah, you can't. You're right.
Do you want Escape Plan to be dead media?
Yeah,
Yes.
Bob. Oh,
I know, I'm a criminal.
he's a criminal. But anyways, that's it. That's it for news. Spider-Man 3, finally.
Finally.
I've been sitting here waiting for the stream for a very long time. They sent us a copy of Spider-Man 2. It was bad. We had to send it back. Really upsetting. I don't know. It's a fucking Blu-ray, guys.
Uh-huh.
Anyone who sells a game disc that's completely fucked up, that's a Blu-ray, like, my God, you tried.
I mean, yeah, working at GameStop, I saw plenty of them. And
Of course you
it
did.
does feel like, yeah, you tried to do this. Like there was an effort, a concerted effort where it got stuck under something and you didn't know.
Motherfucker, that was under a leg of your coffee table for months. Mm-hmm. Ain't no other way that happened. Chris, you said you're going to be playing Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland on Saturday?
Are they? Yep. And maybe Amazing Mirror. I don't know how long that remake is.
I'm very curious.
Yeah, I forget. What's the remake on?
Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, this is one of the Game Boy Advance games. Aggro, what are you doing again?
Okay, so I've been looking at my hands for a while because I've got that kind of time during the day. I secretly lost my other job like 4 weeks ago, and I've been selling plasma to sort of bridge the gap.
Okay.
That's really neither here nor there.
Yeah. Seems
I've
pretty
got this
unimportant.
theory about fingernails
Go on.
that one, they go all the way down, like up under the skin to the end of your finger. But it's just only the outside part that's stiff because it's in contact with the air and it oxidizes.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
the part under there is like wibbly and rubbery.
Okay.
And I think if I can't get one of those like airtight chambers with like the gloves that you slide your arms into like in movies when they're doing science and shit. So I've got like a big Rubbermaid Tupperware container that I've cut a couple holes into and
Seems
hot
just as
glued artificial insemination gloves onto.
Yeah.
And I figure if I can reach my hands in there and get a pair of pliers around one of my fingernails and just yank it fast enough.
Yeah.
And then twist my arm as I'm coming out to like seal the glove behind me to keep it from access to oxygen, I can actually like observe and document this heretofore unknown biological phenomenon, win a Nobel Prize, and then my old job will have to take me back no matter what that bitch Sharon says that I said to her in the break room.
I think it's a sure deal. I think they can't fight this evidence once you get the Nobel Prize.
Wait, no, my bad. I bought 100 Line Defense Academy, so I think I'm just going to play that instead.
Yeah, that seems just as good. Yeah. Thanks. Dudes, for listening to this episode of Big Think Dimension. Aggro needs help. That costs money.